Well, once again, another fucking shitty week. Monday really sucked. I got to work and my boss told me that I didn't get everything done from last weekend.
Mr. Kennedy, the reports from last week still aren't done. What were you doing?
Tuesday, on me again. Got a fucking parking ticket.
Sir, do you realize that you were doing 120 in a school zone? Can I get you to please exit the vehicle?
Wednesday's hump day. That means I get fucked in the ass.
You want that raise or not?
Thursday, all I can think about is tomorrow's Friday. And on Friday, they tell me I gotta come in on the weekend.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to get you to come in on the weekend there, Sean.
Saturday, I show up to work. Nobody wants to even be here. They forgot that I was supposed to even show up. Jesus Christ, I can't even wait for Sunday night. Sunday night's all I live for. I hate this fucking place.
What the hell?
It's Sunday night at 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and it's time for the What the Hell show with Cimmerian and Sean Kennedy, the fucking man. Time for 2 hours of
temporary insanity.
If you like what you're hearing, email me at info@rantradio.com or ICQ me at 51558 to be reminded of the show every week. Come on in and chat with the regulars on the Downnet servers in the Rant Radio channel, or give us a call on our toll-free line. And now for the show you've waited 6 days, 22 hours to listen to. It's What the Hell!
Welcome. Turn
Welcome
down,
as we all dine down on ice cream and Dr. Pepper that RedPhive brought for us.
RedPhive?
RedPhive. RedPhive is our friend.
Chocolate.
We like RedPhive.
You speak English?
RedPhive. You speak Ringlish? I speak Ringlish pretty good, actually. But,
Yeah, we found a good website.
English?
Type into Google English.
English.
ENGRISH.
what happens?
Hilarious website. All these products that were taken from Japan and marketed in the U.S. And they have to translate all the Japanese or Chinese to English, and it just doesn't work so well sometimes.
Yeah, some things don't work
Anyone
well.
who's played a Nintendo game knows this.
Well, it's kind of like that whole thing where in Africa they had a real problem because in Africa no one could read. So, well, actually, hang on, that sounded horribly racial. In Africa, there's
That's
a large
a generalization
percentage of
there,
people
Sean.
who are illiterate and cannot read because, you know.
So they use to get the product, they look for the label.
They look for the picture.
Yep.
So if it's
Is your
baby
mic
food,
on,
if it's
Sean? Is it
Yes.
like it's all fucked up? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, so they have pictures of carrots on the baby food, so that you know what's carrot baby food, or pictures of beets.
Carrot
so they know
and
it's
baby.
beets. However, in North American baby food, they were disgusted to see pictures of babies on the baby food, which really disturbed them to no end. It did not smell so good.
People aren't human.
Oh my God!
It's people.
It's the great white Satan. So you know.
It's only your Soylent Green.
That's right. Eat your Soylent Green and shut up.
It's that Spike and Mike cartoon.
You need to
Tuesday is
speak
Soylent
into
Green
the
Day.
microphone.
It's that Spike and Mike
Baby
cartoon.
There you
It's
go.
that
Baby food.
Baby food.
That was like all kinds of wrong. I saw that. In any case, so here we are.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show. I mean, you may as well be here because holy fuck,
fuck,
everybody
everyone
else
else
is.
That's right. Lots and lots of people.
As I'm chewing on my drumstick.
And
RedPhive brought us ice cream.
bringer of gifts, bringer of life,
We all love RedPhive.
bringer of animal products,
Our
which I
very
can't
own-
eat.
Our very own.
They come from animals. The cow, the milk of
Thousands
cows.
of
why milk
drumsticks
should
are
be-
hunted down every year to be
it's not
packaged
like,
and
well,
served.
yeah.
Lots of steroids pumped into those ice creams so that milk is produced faster and bigger.
Bigger milk? It's produced bigger?
Bigger,
And
bigger,
I warm
bigger,
every winter
bigger,
because of
bigger
it.
Bigger
milk.
milk.
Lots more milk.
It's
My
bigger
God,
milk,
that-
evil.
Bigger milk molecules.
That milk is huge. It will crush us all.
Look at my milk. It is huge.
But
I will
if it-
destroy these puny ropes that try to corral me in the back line.
But if it wasn't for those additives, I wouldn't have 6 arms.
Mr. Echo is broadcasting us on FM as we speak.
He is
We're on
back.
FM?
Yes,
On
he is.
FM.
All of 400 feet. But
And
it
if
is, in fact,
you're
on
near
FM.
his house with a car and you park in his driveway, you'll be able to pick us up on FM. What's the
How exactly
what's the
has
station?
he done this?
Oh, I have an FM broadcaster too. It only
You know what?
reaches
What if
my
every
house.
single
I have a
cult
TV
member-
broadcaster. You tune to channel 14.
What if every cult member right across in one area, if we got enough members in one city to broadcast,
Into
we
the
would
microphone.
dominate the entire airwaves. How much more in the microphone
Or
do
you
want me
could
to go
just
here?
get
Well, I
those
mean,
same people
you're
to
in here.
kick in for
Sorry.
a better transmitter.
Well, then we
We could
get
always
people
take
kicking
over,
down doors.
We
and
could
stuff.
always take over a radio station.
No, we could. We could take over XFM.
Yeah, we could do that.
That
Then the
comes
SWAT team
later.
would show up and they would shoot us.
Get off the air.
I'm sorry, I have a website called thecult.org. The
There are
FBI
problems.
has a big fat fucking file on my ass right now.
It's starting to get bigger. Yeah.
You know what we should do? We should try to find out. Isn't there a thing where through the Freedom
Yes,
of
it's called
Information
Freedom of
Act,
Information Act.
you can find out if they have a file on you?
Not in the States. They don't have
Somebody
to tell
find
you
out
anything.
about that. What's that?
Not the FBI. They don't have to give you any information. Yeah.
Actually,
yeah. Oh, that's right.
Actually, yes, they do.
Yes, they do.
Really?
Yes, they do.
But wouldn't that only be for other Americans?
No. Anybody can go into the FBI's office and file a Freedom of Information Act, and they have to turn over any information relating to you.
Now, I know
you
some
can't get it from other people.
Yeah, it takes me 10 days to get my credit rating.
oh, no, it'll probably be 2 years getting to you. But I know that some decker out there has got specs on this shit. So let's go around the room.
Well, we have to do the
MRC or
IRC first.
IRC
Or no. We'll do the around the room first. Now you have to all go up to the camera, or if somebody wants to man the camera and focus in on people's
Projectile
faces.
Vomit Man, do you want to man that camera?
RedPhive has volunteered.
He has experience with cameras.
Actually, RedPhive is going to do it. So, but first,
Whoa!
but
Did that
first
look
there
like...
is 200% sexy projectile vomit.
You have to
man.
zoom in so it pretty much gets the whole face in there. Whoa, that's way too good. What? Yeah, okay. Yeah, you have to get their whole head in there. And the zoom's on the front
Get your
or
whole
the back
head
rear.
in front of the shotgun.
Back little toggle thing is probably a lot easier. And we've got Sean Kennedy making a very stupid face.
It's your old pal, Uncle Dax, saying, kill them all and let God sort
Okay,
them out.
RedPhive's having some trouble here.
No, everything's fine.
And you have to zoom in. You
And
have to
there's-
zoom in.
Yeah, I got you.
It's on the top back. Right in the top. Right in the back. Little toggle. There we go.
Okay.
Ah, there. Perfect.
Porn on beta.
Porn on beta.
We're going to be in a pie.
Oh, fucking my.
And first appearance. Cameo appearance.
Is our very sexy. He's our NSYNC boy. We're gonna dye his hair blonde, and he's gonna be our answer.
So-
to
The sex symbol of Rant Radio is now been handed
for
over.
alleged heterosexuals, you know
I
way
can't
too
do
much
much
about
about
NSYNC.
Is anybody listening? Can we call you our what our goal is? We're gonna set him up with Christina Aguilera, Aquavelva, whatever the fuck her name is. And he's gonna be like, he's gonna get her out and he's gonna date rape her. That's gonna be the plan. He'll ass fuck Christina Aguilera.
And that was a name I forget.
Aguilera. What kind of a
Aguilera.
fucking name is Aguilera?
Raziel. That's his name.
Raziel.
Sean's butchering of her name shall manage to get us no lawsuits.
Yeah, we don't know who the fuck he's talking about.
Down to Cimmerian. As he.
Hello.
Hello, I'm Cimmerian.
Sinus clearing.
This is my eye.
Look at the
This is my
infrared cam
eye.
on that one.
This is my one good
Okay,
eye.
this is not the Cthulhu cam. Okay, no more Peter
Back
Sellers.
up a little bit.
Were you Billy Idol in a past life?
Come on, give me a flash. Flash.
Just full fantasy.
To the punch. To the punch.
We won't. Flash. Woo! That's all kinds of sexy. And then
It's a
speaking
nice
of
day
all kinds
for
of
a
sexy,
white
we have
wedding.
Ronan
Wedding.
Medic. Outstanding. Great. Moving right along, we
Outstanding.
have down to oof. Look way up.
Way
Look
More
down.
importantly,
up.
for all you on the webcam, there's Oof's scalp. I'm just realizing this. Yes, exactly, the scalp.
Things don't show up well
Can't see
on
anything.
camera there.
Actually,
Blinded.
that's all kinds of depressing. That's the one good thing about being 6'3". The only people that can heckle you are 6'4".
Did you used
And
to like
no-
fry bugs with the reflection?
There you go. Exactly.
Just
Sorry.
Either that or signal planes.
I've now.
But they all flew out of your fat, sweaty ass! So there.
And we've got Mistress Glade.
Pick on fucking oof. Everybody picks on oof.
Mistress Glade.
Mistress Glade.
No. Mistress Glade first, and then the cameraman. Down
Goddess
we go.
Glade.
Goddess
Goddess
Glade.
Glade.
Mistress Glade.
Oh,
We already got her closer.
she looks
closer.
so pure and
Say
innocent.
Closer.
Say something
There,
good.
oh, there we go.
You're on crack.
Look at the camera. Be sexy for
Cenobites and prophets and Ronan. Oh my!
There we go. Oh, yeah.
and zoom way
This looks like some kind
out.
of beard porn fantasy,
And
especially
you can
from
get
that angle.
yourself up. You
Haven't seen
can
anything like that since.
do a
well,
crazy
from
shot up the
virtual shit.
nostril
Anyway,
kind of funky thing there.
I need
And
a garbage.
we've got RedPhive looking
Who's extremely red.
Who's extremely red on the
Which
camera
is why
there.
he's Red Napster 5.
Napster.
He's got his Napster T-shirt, and I'm like so jealous. I
Unfortunately,
so want one.
he ordered it after it was sanctioned by Napster by Offspring. They were selling it illegally at first,
which would have been great.
But they're selling the same damn T-shirt before and after, so he could say that. He could say it was illegal.
4 years ago.
4 years ago.
4 years ago.
When they're developing
Back
Napster.
When there was a 46.
This is the conception shirt.
This is the prototype.
The prototype.
Speaking of prototypes, you can actually purchase the jackhammer shotgun. There was only one ever built. It's a prototype. It's for sale for $30,000. It's an automatic shotgun.
Really?
Anyone who's ever played any kind of role-playing game would be able to look at they always have the picture of the jackhammer as the automatic shotgun you can buy. But there's only one actually ever made. And it's for fucking sale, and you can buy.
The thing I love about this
a jackhammer shotgun for $30,000
is the clip for this thing. It's
magazine.
around the magazine can actually be used as like a landmine or something. They actually have some way of setting off all of the rounds in the clip.
This is in case
all at once.
When you fire a bunch of rounds at that bear who's charging you and he's chasing you, you can drop the magazine and the bear can blow his whole fucking leg off. Because you need that.
Yeah, you need that in a shotgun.
But then he'll be really mad.
No,
then he'll be really dead.
He'll be really mad, but he'll be really legless.
Legless mad bear.
I'm so fucking mad.
I'm gonna sit here.
I'll headbutt the ground a whole lot because that's all I can do because I got no legs.
You see,
Oh,
bears
he ripped his arms off. What a disappointment for the big Russian bear.
Bears can stand up, but they're not known for running real well on two legs.
However, it would be very funny to see a bear with no front legs pushing himself along.
Bicycles. Bears on bicycles, they can do that. Yeah.
Bears on. I'm sorry, if I ever saw a bear on bike outside
Coming
of
after
the
you?
circus, I would go insane. It'd be like, hey, let's play a funny joke on Sean. Let's slip him acid. And Sean will go to a party, and I'll be like, blah, 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 talking away, and all of a sudden there's a giant chicken walking around outside. And I'll be like, oh my God, this giant chicken, arm yourself! First thing that happens, anything that happens, giant animals of any type, I'm like, there's a giant animal. Must, in fact, be time to arm myself. Make closest trip to gun store. Sean, what are you doing? You're melting. Slash! Anybody who melts comes near me, I'm cutting your head off.
Gargoyle Apoc says, on the Information Act says there are no files on MK Ultra 2 Reveal. We don't have any files on it.
Oh, yeah, no shit. MK Ultra. Yeah, no, never happened. Never happened. Yeah,
I don't know what you're talking about. What?
Someone's calling in. Who would that be?
Someone's at the door.
Someone's at the door.
Someone's at the door.
Hi, you're at the door, Rant Radio. Who's this? What's up,
I know him well.
All right, let him in.
Who is it? You know him well.
Whoever it is, fuck it. There's enough of us here.
It's
There's enough of us here who can kick his ass. It doesn't matter.
that's the important thing. So in the IRC.
Oh my God, we have too many people here.
The IRC today. Who could it be?
Who's all in the IRC?
We've got Mr. Echo defending the IRC. We've got Brian from Geeknik, Cenobite Babs.
Yummy.
New.
Babs May. No, she was here last week. Babs May was the one we have photos
in
of.
the cult, though?
Yeah, Babs
last
May
week?
was,
Okay. Deckers, Integrate, Socket, Test Rider.
Integrity! His name is Decker Integrity. Every week
I'll say
you
it to
fuck
the
that up.
end of time.
I will stab you in the eye. You will be Sim, the one-eyed fucking rant radio manager. Integrity.
Basically, it's Integrate.
I will fucking rub. Oh, God. I have got 14 inches of limp dick, and I'm going to smack you to death with it. Oh, my God.
Who did you buy that off of?
Oh. Your mom! So, that's my ultimate comeback.
Your mom.
Your mom. What the fuck's your problem? Your mom! Sean Kay says, your mom! Yeah.
Flesh Tripper, Forensic, Gargoyles, Apoc, Nightshade just left, Zebulon, Penis, Hungan Penis.
There is no Hungan Penis.
Okay, Echo.
Echo,
Mighty Hammer, Mighty Shovel of Death.
Hey, it's
Inky.
I need to get some of those little gloves they wear on Japanese Subway.
In. Say hello and go up to the.
Act.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, now go up to the camera and show your pretty faces.
Welcome to Andersonville.
Andersonville, and we're going to zoom in on the pretty couple and closer. Individual, please. Individual shots. And there we go.
It should be announced.
It's
It should
Enki.
be announced over Rant Radio airwaves.
And there.
And so now, in case anyone didn't know, that
What?
Hungan Enki
Yes.
and Prophet Quoth are in fact engaged.
Hey! Congratulations!
Isn't that fucking cool? So we're gonna have a cult. We're gonna have a cult. We're gonna have a cult wedding. I'm gonna be marrying them. And
Are you qualified to do this,
I
Sean?
am qualified. I'm a reincarnated god. I'm
Well,
allowed
you're
to
a-
do that
you're a-
kind shit.
you're a captain
Just
of a
part
ship.
the reincarnated god thing. I could be a reincarnated god.
Will that be part of a mass wedding?
No, it will not be part of
a mass wedding, but I'd like to announce
Into
the
the
priest
microphone.
I'd like to announce that the priest presiding over our wedding will be none other than Sean Kennedy, the fucking man.
And that'll be great. So
No, I'm kidding, by the way. I'm sorry.
It's a cult wedding.
I do it. I do it. Fuck it.
Hey, all you gotta do is get some kind of piece of paper that says you can do it.
I can do it. I can do it without any piece of paper. I can have like
You are married.
I can
La, la,
make a
la, la, la.
website and have people vote for whether or not I should marry them, and I'll have like 10 million hits inside of a week.
10 million people say I can vote. I can.
According
marry
to this,
people.
4 times the population of the planet want you to do this.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Prophet Quoth would prefer it if it was done in a more real and legally binding sense.
What could be more binding than a bunch of people who will kill her if she tries to leave?
There you go. That's pretty binding to me.
It's very binding.
What, some kind of high-tech shotgun one?
Yeah, speaking of which, get back to the jackhammer auto-loading shotgun.
Is there a date?
Is there a date? Nope.
It's an open-ended
That's it.
thing.
You'll
Sort of
be
like them.
surprised. You'll wake up one day and go, let's get married.
No, we're gonna come back from the Caribbean one day and go. I said we're gonna come back from the Caribbean one day and goes. Well, I guess we're married. So hey, everybody, time for a party.
Okay,
There
can
you
I
go.
just
the way to fucking do it.
Can I just make a quick little statement? Congratulations, that's so awesome. But there's one rule: you're not allowed to get married before me. I've been waiting for 3 fucking years. Thanks.
So who are you marrying or trying
If you
to?
get married, but if you get married, we can't have the 4th annual Stephen Marge.
God, who's Stephen Marge?
I don't know
You
those
don't know
people.
Stephen Marge.
That's
There
just
is
what
no
we
Oof
call
and
it.
Glade.
That's just what we call
The
it.
Oof and Glade.
Continuing on with the people in the IRC.
Continuing, after Decker Integrity, there is.
Decker Integrate. There's Decker Socket
I'm
and
gonna
Test
ram this
Rider.
mic up your ass.
Oh, Flesh Trapper Forensic, Gargoyle Nightshade Apoc Zebulon Midget, and plain old Kendra, who doesn't quite know where they belong.
I think Kendra's actually in, but they don't put their name on.
Well, you got to put your name on.
They
Nomad,
don't have to, but it's usually allowed.
Nomad Floyd's Lapel. Floyd's Lapel.
Floyd's lapel, yeah, he's actually very cool, and he's a very cool guy. He's new.
Chaos in the room. Nomad Half Elf, Skitty Street Preacher, Playboy Bunny, who has no designation. Prophet Fork, Plutonium Smokehouse, Soylent Zero, Spidey Zero Storyteller, and Ronan Burns. And Bulklands John has joined us once again.
Bulklands John!
One of our longest distance listener.
Yes,
who's
he
not
is.
too long
and
distance
he's actually
anymore.
very cool, and he sent us a postcard.
He did. We will
From
get to that
Edinburgh.
actually from Edinburgh. We've got Fake, Leo,
Don't know him.
Emilio Aristocrat, The Last, and The Ripper. I miss Nixter. Okay, I miss Nixter. Sorry,
Prophet
Nixter.
Nixter. Love that
how
Nixter.
How could I miss Nixter?
So it's all kinds of cheesy
So it's all
chocolatey
kind of good.
goodness.
And we have Sean's new rant from Sean this week. We're not playing it yet. Just think bananas.
Yeah, this
Get
is-
all hyped up about bananas.
We've got an awesome rant. This one's we actually did 4 rants. We haven't had time to process them all, but we've done 3 rants for sure. There's more Dr Pepper in the fridge if anybody wants some.
I have a relevant banana joke.
Yeah, there's some in
You
there.
have a relevant. Well,
There's more
do
in
it.
the
Do it
fridge.
right now then.
Pardon?
Do the banana joke.
Do your banana joke.
Okay. Monkey walks into a bar.
Okay.
Says to the bartender, "Hey, you got any bananas?" And the bartender goes, "No, sorry, man." And so he stops for a second. The monkey says, "No, you got any bananas?" Bartender says, "No." "Come on, you got any bananas?" "No, I don't have any bananas." "You got any bananas?" "Listen, stop asking me if I have any bananas. If you ask me one more time if I have any bananas, I'm gonna take your head and I'm gonna nail it to the fucking bar." So the monkey goes, "Got any nails?" "Nope." "Got any bananas?"
Pretty much. Okay,
much.
so
Now we've got some rants
Hey.
from APOC and Skip Radio,
why don't we play the rants from APOC and Skip
Radio.
both in a row.
Sure.
Jeez.
How long are they?
Together, both at the same time.
Wow.
Overlapped. It'd be like mosh pit.
Can we do that?
We can do that.
Are we
can do
allowed?
anything.
Are we legally allowed?
Are we legally bound?
Are we going to overrun our commercial time? Like we might. It might not have time before the first commercial.
I
to
don't
do
think
that.
we have time before the first one.
Okay, we'll play one. No. There are no commercials. Fuck commercials. We don't
Fuck
get paid
commercials.
for this. None of these
Fuck
people.
ass!
Fuck commercialism.
That's right. And here we go. This is APOC about China, and this is Skip at H2K.
So this will be cool. This is Skip's rant about H2K.
Okay.
It's time for another one of those little rant thingies by Skip Radio. Hello, Skip Radio here, Cenobite Skip Radio, just back fresh from H2K and a new rant in tow. Figure this one out, okay? You go to a hacker conference that is only held once every 3 years, and you walk around, and what would be the first thing to annoy you? No, not fellow hackers trying to bust in your machine, considering that's an accepted practice at most of these conventions and conferences. The best part about this that ticked me off the most was probably the script kiddies. What's a script kiddie, you may ask? It's someone who sits there in the LAN room, or the network room as we like to call it, sits at a table all weekend long with a laptop. And what's on this laptop, you may ask? Well, I'll tell you in just a moment. What's on this laptop is a fresh copy of Windows 2000 on their laptop with the 2600 site wide open, the Cult of the Dead Cow site wide open, the Back Orifice 2000 program wide open, and a MS-DOS prompt wide open. And they don't do anything the whole weekend. I swear to God, there were 2 kids at this convention. They had to be like 16 or 17. They sat there basically like that the whole day. One was using Linux, but he was doing nothing special with it. I sat there and watched him for about a half hour, and he did nothing but ping and telnet people and do a stupid ICMP flood. Nothing major. The other one had basically open what I just said. These people are annoying. If they want to learn something, then read up on what you're doing. You're not a hacker until you know what you're doing. You're not a hacker, not necessarily until somebody says you are, but until you can prove your skills as a hacker. I mean, if you really want to prove yourself, come to one of these conventions and root somebody else's machine. I mean, that'd be a perfect test of what's going on in this world, and being considered a hacker would do it. I mean, people would be like, that's great. How did you root the box? And then you'd tell them, and they'd believe you, and you'd prove it to everyone once and for all that you are a true hacker instead of a script kiddie. Fresh back from H2K, this is Skip Radio saying, us Cenobites can either fuck with you or completely fuck you. You're listening to Rant Radio.
So I've got this friend, and he's my roommate, and he decides he's going to China for 6 months to be a foreign exchange student. China, the country that stole our neutron bomb plans, and China, the evil communist country. But I think, what the hell, before he comes back to the States, why don't I go visit him? So I get my passport, and I get my visa, and I hop on the plane. And to be honest, I was a little bit worried about the whole customs thing. I'm expecting these soldier guys to come up to me and ask me a bunch of questions. Why are you coming to China? And take me in the back and strip search me. All this shit. So I get off the plane, still a little nervous, following the crowd, and I get to the immigration counter, and they don't ask me anything. They take a couple forms, put a little stamp in my passport, and you're on your way. Welcome to our country. So I think this is a little weird. I'm kind of, looking around, seeing what's going on. And I'm still expecting, a police state and soldiers walking around with big rifles, poverty everywhere, and all the typical anti-communism propaganda that we are bombarded with every day here in the West. I get into Beijing, and what do I see but no real freaking difference from America, except for the fact that they seem to have one hell of a lot less laws. Sure, they have more strict punishments than we do. For instance, 3 months before I came in, 3 men were executed for trying to smuggle in a large quantity of heroin. They were caught very quickly, within 4 days, put to death. This is why China doesn't have much of a drug problem. Were there soldiers everywhere? There were soldiers. Once in a while, you'd see them on street corners, sure. But these guys weren't very intimidating. They were like little boys in uniforms, and to be honest, I don't even remember them carrying guns. But it was actually a good feeling. I didn't feel oppressed, I felt protected. And it's my bet that China doesn't have a very high violent crime rate. So I started thinking, whatever happened to the days where there was a cop on every corner? Sure, most people got cars, we had to get cops into cars, but whatever happened to the cop nearby? Someone in the neighborhood that you could get to know. As soon as we put cops in cars, the relationship between police officer and citizen lost its human factor. I don't trust cops. Do you trust cops? Do the cops trust us? No. And so I don't feel safe here walking around at night. And why is that? If I don't feel safe at night, why the hell am I paying taxes? Boys and girls, don't listen to what your government has to say about other countries, because chances are it's not true. Things don't suck in China any more than they suck here. as soon as you can get a chance, go out and see the world. Go out and see those enemy countries, those evil countries where the people are poor or evil or whatever. Every citizen in every country is a slave to a system. Whether that country follows the principles of communism, socialism, democracy, capitalism, or dictatorship, people are people. The disagreements that happen between countries aren't disagreements between the people of the countries, they're disagreements between the people up top. Our supposed leaders, who really don't have our best interest in mind. Because if they did, they'd never send us into a war, especially over a thing like money or land. The only enemies that you or anybody else will ever have are our supposed leaders and the systems that give them their power. Until next time, this is Apocryphist. Never forget what you are.
Can you hear Mike?
Hello. Hello.
More people have yet arrived here.
You're listening to the What the Hell
What?
show and those
More
sick
people?
individuals we call DJs
Oh.
on Rant Radio.
That's not possible. If any more people come, there wouldn't be enough room. Your mic's not on or something, Sean. Your mic's not on, Sean.
Everyone,
There we
can
go.
you hear me now? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Holy fuck. There are like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 people here in the Rant Radio fucking
That's
studio.
pretty good. It's 15?
15.
15? Okay,
Yeah.
that's pretty close to a record, I'd
You're
say
gonna have
almost.
to rent the building across the street.
This is absolutely out of fucking control. Whatever, it's 15 now. So
there's a sign
my
up.
ego's so huge it counts for 3 people.
For next week, there's a sign-up sheet just out the door. First 10 people,
Hey,
you're in.
I've been coming except for a couple of episodes.
Oh, you better sign up quick then, Dak.
This is
Send away for free
We're gonna
tickets.
have to-
Hey, available at Ticketmaster, $12.99.
It'd be cool if we had a bigger fucking room.
Oh yeah.
But as it is, we're in Enki's old room, and technically Goddess
What?
Blade's old
No,
room.
That room
And,
fucking sucks. No, it's not good.
What room sucks?
Out there, because a big TV, and I don't like people
And we
being
don't
near the TV.
we don't want Cimmerian shit getting fucking trashed.
Sim's very anal about
And
the
also-
TV.
and
I'd
also-
be anal too. The TV's $4 fucking grand. It's worth more than my car.
The actual
anybody hear what I'm saying?
problem with it being out there in the other room
My mic's
is
not
that I
on.
had to set up everything every day. I had to take everything up and take it down every Sunday.
And it
Here,
sucks.
it's permanent. On, switch on, done.
This is actually enough
Can't hear
space.
you.
We just don't have.
That's my point. Is my
another
mic's
couch
not
to
loud
organize.
Your mic is not actually
My mic
not
is
loud
not
enough.
loud enough.
Okay,
Private
good.
Drexoll has just showed up.
So say hello, Private Drexoll.
Hello.
There we go.
And
Now you have to go up to the mic, the camera.
You have
so
to go show your face to the camera.
yeah, make sure it's your face.
Make sure it's your face. Watch the cord.
We're never quite sure.
Okay, so there we go.
We didn't hear that, but that's okay.
Okay then. So let's go over the news. What do we got happening in the world this week?
Okay.
Sim?
Well, let me take a look.
Don't we have a new
There's
promo
things
for the
happening
news?
in the world other
We
than
do
Diablo
it.
2?
What? Diablo 2, Diablo 2?
There's things happening in the world other than Diablo 2?
For most people out there, no.
I just installed Diablo 2 on my computer. That's why I'm late.
Diablo 2 is like the ultimate crackdown.
I
It's
didn't
like
play it though.
We can move the camera over a little bit.
What's
There's too much
Diablo?
wall.
I didn't play it.
On-
what is
on
Diablo?
one side.
Diablo is a
Took too long
bad
to
game.
install it.
It is a bad game because it steals our children and our youth and everything else. You know what? All the evil
Rots
shit
their
they said
mind.
about Ozzy Osbourne and D&D in the 80s, that's true only about a Diablo 2.
Yeah, now.
Yeah, it's like
Wow, there's a lot of bad shit in the world.
Yeah,
there is.
yeah,
Diablo 2 is the next greatest evil. If I had a chance between getting rid of landmines or Diablo 2, Diablo
Hands
2
down.
would fucking
Hands
you
down.
know,
Diablo 2.
Well,
PMRC knows what
landmines
Diablo
are
2
necessary.
Back when I was working at the hospital, the staff knew I played role-playing games because I used to bring my books in there when I wasn't beating on a shithead. I would sit there and actually do some work
Writing
for
about
it.
beating on a shithead.
And she one time
she the work.
she by she I should say I'm trying to think of
She
her
is
name.
that Chinese
Work is
assassin
female.
chick in the Marvel comics?
No.
She.
What
You're
was-
the
what was her
assassin
name?
chick from Marvel. I'm not
What was
chick.
it? It wasn't a nurse. It was an admitting Peggy.
Hey, Drex.
Peggy, which was, I mean, nice lady, but she was probably one of the crotchiest human beings I've ever met.
A crotchy human being.
Crotchety.
Wow,
not
that's
crotchy.
just all kinds of mental visual.
Ah.
I'm a crotchy. How crotchy are you?
Oh, gee, and I've never heard you screw up a word.
No, I thought that was the word you wanted to say.
No, crotchety.
No.
Crotchety.
Crotchety.
I like crotchy better. Like
Like
what's
you
that
could.
fat fucking guy who was in Boondock Saints and he was a porn god? What's that guy's name?
That
Ron Jeremy.
Ron Jeremy. Now
He's
that's
crotchy.
a crotchy guy. Just think about it as an adjective. Crotchy. Ron Jeremy. Crotchy.
Crotchy, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
All right.
It must have hurt getting his whole body waxed every time he went on set.
I mean, Ron Jeremy, you know, like
So,
there's a fucking
anyhow,
Gillette commercial. So,
She calls me over. Desmond.
Oh, you're not loud.
Desmond, come over. I really would like you to read this. What? And she hands me this thing, and it is no lie, like 30 pieces of paper stapled together that have been taken out of a magazine. So we're talking, you know how a magazine will have two columns,
Right.
and it's like she
Continued on
photographed each individual column and cut it out and stapled it
I've seen
together.
this. He still has this.
I still have this.
This
And
is a
it
holy thing.
And it is a list of every person who's been killed in related to role-playing games.
What a fucking
man.
cop-out that is. That is so good because if I ever get busted for cult, I can say it was all role-playing
Playing games' fault. So remember, kids, if you ever get caught committing any crime...
I wonder what she'd think if
Blame
you cut
TSR.
out a name of everyone ever killed in the name of Christ.
and handed that to her.
You'd have a book bigger than
The Bible?
The book. Yeah.
Yeah.
How about you just cut all the names out of the Bible for people who were killed in the name of God?
There you go.
You wouldn't meet them all.
Population Egypt.
You mean the Manhattan phone
That's
directory?
section 1. That's just Exodus. All firstborn children in Exodus. Thank you.
Or we could go even bigger and go Noah's Ark. Well, pretty much everyone on Earth.
Everyone.
Yeah, that's like those.
But I did say Jesus.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
he did say
Not in the
Jesus.
name of God.
In the name of God, well, that's going a little far.
Remember, Jesus supposedly and Jesus' followers have always mentioned that they are supposed to be peace and loving, and Christ actually.
No, Jesus said that. I like Jesus.
Yeah,
Scared
Jesus
of his
is a cool
followers,
guy.
liking Jesus.
Okay, you know
Scared
what
of
I
his
think
followers.
is great is the whole, all right, I'm God, and I'm going to come up with this new version of my religion, and since I've been such an asshole,
Yeah,
I'm going to make
it's like-
the major thing forgiveness.
Yeah.
That way they all have to forgive me for killing everyone throughout history.
Yeah, it was God's way of trying to basically cop out and apologize. He saw the way the winds were blowing, and he rewrote the book.
It was a pure PR move.
It
Pure
was.
and simple.
It was.
Version 1.2.
You know,
It's Bible
he
version
thought, you know,
1.2.
I can't tell them to be peaceful and loving and forgiving if you
I'm
know
not.
if I don't follow
My
the
God.
rules. So I have to make
That's
them
it.
forgive
And he
me.
forgave-
Jesus was not God's son. He was his PR man. Jesus was God's spin doctor.
At this time, I would like to make note for all holy judgment that may be arriving. I in no way am any privileged
Affiliated.
with any of this. Just to be sure. Because if there is no God, then everyone's like, shows me the pussy. If there is a God...
You want to be okay.
And I'll say, no, all the cult children followed me, so they all get to go to heaven too.
Escalator to hell right over here.
Yeah.
Boarding now.
Going down. We're on
I
the
helped build
express
it.
elevator to hell.
You know, that reminds me.
Going down.
I was laying there in bed last night, and I decided to take a
Were you
stand against
it's
Americans
a
for Purity.
right?
Yeah.
You know, I think that God maybe didn't
Good
start
for you.
deciding to play by his own rules. I think he just fucked off for a while. I just don't think he has that kind of restraint.
You want to know where God is right now? You want to know where God is?
The
God is
Baham-
among us. I got him duct taped in my trunk right now. I haven't let him out in about 25 years. I picked him up on the side of the road. I said, "Who are you?" He said, "I'm God, God, God." And I said, "No way."
As far
Want
as the
some
whole
fruit, fucker? Huh?
as far as the whole hedging my bets thing goes, I wouldn't be able to go to heaven anyways because on principle I'd have to
I don't
remain
want to go to
outside
heaven.
the gates.
Fuck that.
I don't
You'd
be
on fire
associated
for
with
20
you.
seconds, you'd be like, "I'm sorry." It's surprising what you'll agree to when you're on fire. You will have to suck my dick. No, I will not suck your dick. Wow, I don't know what I was thinking. I would really go for some dick right now. Right now, I'm thinking dick would fucking sort me out. Want some dick? Yes, I do. I do. Legs a little hot, liking dick. Don't spit Dr. Pepper all over the floor, Enki.
Oh, yes, sir.
I will not suck your dick. Oh. Well, that would be cock of the Lord right there. Absolutely.
You got that itch in the back of my throat. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'll give you cough a little bit. Just hold my head here. That's good.
Thank you for shooting it past my taste buds.
It's like Gatorade. Have you got it in you? Anyway, so... Wow, have we?
Let's just climb up out of that.
We are
out of the
so
hole.
going to hell. We are so
I didn't say
going
a
to hell.
word.
Yeah, the porn on beta stayed quiet.
It's too late now.
Good little Christian boy over in the corner.
Yeah, I'm sure the FBI guys who are listening to Rant Radio and Cult going, did they just say what I think they said? And of course, 90% of them are Mormon, and they're like, oh, rubbing their fucking holy garments and shit, wrapping towels around their head and stuff. Hey, you know what? We don't like the Mormons either. Blah, blah. Fuck you, FBI guy. Fuck you. Red rum. You know, fuck off. Go look at the window right now. There are flies spelling "Go fuck yourself." Oh my God! It's a message from Satan. What is going to happen? Yes, insects of the world all obey the orders of Sean Kennedy, the fucking man. And that's why they wreck your company picnics. You ever think about that, Mormons? It's us. They're the reason why the ants keep coming is because Cult sends them there. Look at them. If you look them under a microscope, you will see a little ant, and he will go, which is ant for Sean Kennedy, the fucking man. That'll be it. It is. You just wait. Yes. We started small and are growing bigger every day. Moving right along. Wow, have I ever? I've had 2 drumsticks and a Dr. Pepper. And I'm vibrating through the couch.
You know, I think now would be a good time for that rant.
I think now would be a good time for that rant.
Think so?
Didn't we just have it?
This is a new rant.
No,
This
no,
happened
this is
to
Sean
me
K's
today. This is a true life rant.
Everybody, listen up. This is killer.
This is holy. This is a holy rant.
Keep talking.
I'm still talking.
I'm
because
talking too.
Sim
I'm
is not
talking as
queued
well.
up.
Well, you say play the rant.
We both stopped at the same time. Did you notice that? I'm talking, yes.
Oh, yeah, but am I talking?
All right,
We're ready.
queued?
Yeah,
all right,
we're okay.
so here is the banana rant. Listen up.
It's time for another rant. Get ready to listen to Sean Kennedy, the Cult Leader. For more info on Cult and Sean Kennedy, email join at thecult.org.
Hit you in the face with a shovel.
Work all night and I drink a rum.
So, it's like this. Me and Sim, we go down to the fucking, where we're at, with the Great Canadian Superstore. That's where we're at. Not an advertisement, just a description of the location, which is, imagine a huge warehouse filled with all kinds of shit. And they don't even give you free bags. They ask you if you want to buy bags, and we didn't buy bags, because Sim in his vegetarian glory has got his own fucking little plastic bins that he has. So we're all out there, and we're running around, and we go to buy our shit, and I bought some bananas. Now, I distinctly remember picking up these fucking bananas and putting them in the basket along with the rest of Sim's and my shit, which I had all in there. And we get up to the till, and we're all rocketing through there, and of course there's only 2 baskets, and this poor chick behind the counter, she's just throwing shit through the till. It's firing through the till, oh my God. And I've got to get my shit off of that side counter board, because we're in the industrial factory complex super mart. Happiness awaits you down at the stuff mart. And I get it all in the basket, I'm ready to go, and I look back and I see some bananas. I see those same bananas, and I go, wait, did I pack those bananas? Because I wasn't sure. And then this old guy behind goes, no, those are my bananas. And I'm thinking to myself, I go, wait, now I'm pretty sure those are my bananas. I said, are you sure those are your bananas? And he's like, yep, them there's my bananas. Those are my bananas. And I'm like, are you sure? Yeah, I'm sure those are my bananas. I'm like, oh, well, what the fuck? I guess they probably are. I can't remember for sure, and I'm not going to freak out. Then I start walking away, and I go, wait a minute. Those are my fucking bananas. But then I think to myself, do I freak out about this? Do I start going absolutely shithawk whether or not I want to go and actually razz on them because of the fucking bananas? They're bananas, man, bananas. I'm like, I don't know. I should go back and really rip the guy's head apart just because I know he's stealing bananas. They're my bananas. I paid for them. They're $1.56, but they're my bananas. They're my $1.56 bananas. You didn't buy those bananas. They're mine. But I didn't. I didn't go back there. Why? Because I couldn't be 100% sure. So the moral of this story is, if you're going to rip someone's face off, kids, make sure you know whose bananas they are before you start to freak out. Because I would have been in the right, but I wasn't sure, so I didn't freak. This isn't a regular rant, but it's just to let you know that, yes, this is the daily trials and tribulations that happened to me, because my name is Sean Kennedy, and I am the fucking man.
The What the Hell show is not supported by money-back guarantees since you didn't pay anything for it. Similarities between our jokes and other people's jokes is purely because we ripped them off. Originality of product is not guaranteed. Contents of our brains may have settled during the time between the last show and this one. Vulgar language and lewd conduct is strongly encouraged. Callers and participants in the What the Hell show may be subject to ridicule and juvenile name-calling by the members of our esteemed panel or random layabouts we picked up off the street. Music played on the show may be not of the prurient interest to anyone, and you may be inclined to run to the toilet. At this point, do not induce vomiting. Quickly run around in circles until you pass out. By the time you regain consciousness, the song will be over. Do not operate heavy machinery while thinking about the show.
When you decide to stab some...
Okay, wait.
Yes.
We'll be back. Okay.
Okay.
Let's talk about bananas.
Because you know,
That actually
sometimes.
happened, and I was really fucking mad when it
Oh,
happened.
you was
If
livid.
that was me,
pissed
I
right off.
guarantee I would have reamed the guy out. Old
But
men
I
and
wasn't
me
sure.
do not mix.
No.
So what you're
I
saying
was-
is you would
I
have
don't care.
fought for your bananas.
You would hate my
No, I
job.
wasn't
men
sure.
make
I
me
was worried that-
insane.
I was worried
Because he
that-
could have picked up some bananas.
Yeah,
He
I-
already packed his stuff
I already
up, right?
packed my shit and I couldn't see everything.
It was
So I
buried.
was thinking, like,
it was
I
like
didn't
military
wanna,
packing.
My rage is rather absolute, so I'm
On,
very,
off.
very sure.
Doesn't turn off till the guy
before
stops
I
moving.
drop the hammer on some poor unsuspecting old person, and decrease the senior citizen population
By one.
by one.
Yeah, but
because-
we're talking about an old man.
yeah, that's right.
Was he a crotchety old man?
He was a crotchety old man.
Crotchy.
Okay, you can't go wrong.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Crotchety old men are...
Well, he
you
stole,
know, he's got
stole
just as
bananas.
much right to be at the
bananas.
stuff mart as I do. Okay, I'm like, without getting too political here,
I have to say that that's not true, no.
all crotchety men
All
must die.
crotchety old men need a big smack to this, big smack in the
Where it
head.
used to be.
They need a shovel pan.
They make me insane.
Why?
I had
The
this
question is why.
old men are... Okay,
Okay.
I'm
sort
an
of
old
the
man,
where to
and
start.
I'm right not because of what we're talking about, not because of the
Because I'm an old
discussion, but
man.
because I'm an old man. And I've been on the earth longer than you, so that makes me right. No,
I did a
the
rant
fact that
about
the
this.
sky is
Sean.
in fact pink, and I'm saying it's pink, but everyone can see it's blue, that doesn't matter because I'm an old man, that makes it pink, motherfucker.
And even if they don't agree with you, they'll feel sorry enough for you, and they'll agree with you and say it's pink.
I'm not an old man. Are you trying to tell me I'm an old man, motherfucker?
If
You want to
you're
step
an
outside, bitch?
Yes, please. Somebody step outside.
You don't scare me, old guy.
More people outside.
Lots of room outside.
I almost got in 2 fights with old men.
Oh, you
Why
wanted
don't
to?
you pick on somebody else who's
No,
not an old man?
no.
One of them was in his walker,
They started
and he was on
pushing
the
me
street.
around.
What?
They started pushing me around.
Because they think...
After we are done this story, we will talk about how Dak has had people attracted to him.
I'd like to ask
but
everybody.
we will pause and let Drexoll finish his story about the.
I want to hear how he got rolled by 2 old men.
I didn't get rolled. He didn't
No,
say
I didn't
rolled.
get rolled.
Shoes, man.
Hey,
This
hey,
old
Sonny,
man-
I
this
wanna
old
suck
man-
your cock.
He
I like those shorts.
The bus stops. The bus stops. The bus driver opens the door. The old man doesn't get on. So the bus starts to drive away. The old man decides that the bus driver didn't give him enough chance to get on. I was there. Okay?
How long? What's the
Old man-
duration of time between he had the doors open?
Long
roughly?
enough. How long enough? Okay?
That's all I
Long
want.
enough,
Long enough.
even for an old man.
Okay,
By
so
3
like
seconds, he hasn't started moving towards the door.
Yes,
I'm
like
not
there's
even
no
going to be
obvious-
surprised.
no indication.
Okay.
He starts
It's like-
banging on the door. He gets up into the bus. Obviously, he can move quickly because he got his arm in the door before it
Oh,
closed.
man.
And he starts freaking out.
took
I
the-
mean, freaking out on the bus driver and just reaming the guy out for nothing.
It took the neurons at least 4 seconds to fire, so you can understand that. Okay.
But I mean, he's yelling at the top of his lungs, "You blah, blah, fucking idiot!" Blah, blah," and he's holding back no words.
really, it's just going crazy.
And
Ex-sailor.
He does this,
How
and
old
I'm
is
not
this guy?
kidding, for at least a minute. And a minute of being cursed at—that's a really fucking long time.
Tell me about it.
Oh yeah.
This woman.
Yeah, wait for
then
it,
this
yeah.
woman, and then the bus driver starts to yell back, of course, right? Because I mean, he's only going to take so much shit before
Well, hi,
he
I'm a
kicks your
garbage
fucking
man.
ass, right?
Yeah. Get off of my bus.
So
Thank
then
you.
this old woman starts going, "Oh, you calm down," and the old man goes, "Bing, you shut up, you old broad," and he starts yelling at her, and I'm like, "Whoa, okay, yell at the bus driver, that's one thing, but you don't yell at the old woman." And I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden I just lose that snap, boom, shut the fuck up, you shut up, and you fucking sit down, you fucking old man. Ah!
Did you seriously do that?
So you don't talk to her like that. Ah!
I so want to follow you around.
And then the old man came at me.
So,
And he starts pushing
and
me.
he didn't
And I'm
notice that
like,
I had a
"Fuck,
cougar.
what am I gonna do? Drop the old man?
Are you aware that I'm younger than you? Yes, you are falling into the category of enemy very quickly. Okay, currently you are an old man. The minute you enter the jurisdiction of enemy, you will be dispatched quickly and effectively. There is no gender in enemy. All enemy is equal. Be aware. I do not care. If you are enemy, you will be disposed of. My job is to close with and destroy the enemy.
Close with and destroy the enemy.
Anyway, so what happens? So he starts giving you a shove on this bus.
I can't remember exactly how this was
I have no
resolved.
clear
I know
recollection.
that I didn't beat the old man to a pulp. Wanted to badly.
But he's like,
Wanted to,
and
didn't.
you're like, fuck off.
His brain.
Fuck off.
He started pushing me. He started pushing me, saying, "You want to go?" I'm not kidding. I'm not.
You should have just backed up until he
I'm not
overstretched
beefing
and
up the
fell.
story to make it good. I'm leaving out details, if anything.
No. What you should always do in a situation like that, you can't win. You cannot win.
Bull
Trust
fucking
me.
shit, you
No, I can win, motherfucker.
No,
Absolutely.
I'm not talking about you can't win. I'm talking about a moral victory cannot be won. You can either basically pound the guy into a pulp, in which case you look like an asshole for being a young punk.
I look like an asshole, but nobody in the bus knows me, so, I feel good. I just won a victory, over a man.
Actually, not only that bus driver would not think you're an asshole. And he's really the only one who matters because he was the guy who got fucking
kicked you off the bus.
No, my best
nice.
bus
Fuck you.
experience was, I rode the bus for about a year when I lived in Vancouver. Which is not that long to be riding the bus.
No, not
Lots
even
of
close.
people have ridden for a lot longer. But you run into some fucking weirdos.
Oh, yeah.
On the bus?
No way.
There are so many insane people on the bus. And this woman sitting there, she seemed rather normal. This old woman, she's got her trench coat on and a big...
Warning.
Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? You know, that big fucking hat?
Oh, okay.
She had one of those.
She had one of the where in the world's my fucking hats.
And then, out of nowhere, the bus stops. She gets up and she goes... I've got to get on the bus on the train to China, and she flies off this bus, coat flowing in the wind. The hat's up there, and
Maybe she was Carmen Sandiego.
It was amazing.
Fits the description.
It was the most amazing sight I had ever seen. She looked like a hero. She looked like she should have been in, Raiders of the Lost Ark.
It was surreal, is what you're saying.
It was
I had a
fantastic.
guy, real quick story. We'll get to Dax.
I've got to
wonderful
catch
story.
the train to China.
I was
That's
at
such a
a
good
bus
bus
stop. I was at a bus stop waiting to catch a bus, and I had my AWOL bag with me.
AWOL bag.
AWOL bag. So I had the AWOL bag with me, and this guy walks up to me, young fella. He's like my age, maybe a year older, and he goes, very, very skinny, and he goes, "Are you seeking shelter?" And I thought he meant because I have a backpack that I'm some sort of guy looking for a hostel or a place to stay, blah blah blah. Perfectly fine. And I said, "No, man, no, I'm just heading home." He goes, "Oh," and he sits down. He's got a bag of groceries. In the bag of groceries, he has a stick of celery, a carrot, a tin of tuna, and a pack of Kraft Dinner and some ramen noodles. That's it. And he sits down and he goes, "Yeah, I'm hiding." And I said, "Really? Where are you hiding?" He says, "Well, I've got to hide here in the spaceport." And my brain goes, "K-k-k-k." Now, I view the situation and realize that there's absolutely no chance that even if this guy snuck up behind me with a bat, he could kick my ass. Okay? He would hit me with the bat. I would go, "Motherfucker, I'm going to kill you now."
So it's fully okay to play with him now.
I would give him 5 free shots with a bat, no problem. And there's no way that he could do it. So I'm like, "Really?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I said, "Yeah. Spade sports are good to hide in." And he's like, "Oh," and he looks at me like, "Oh, he's on my side." So I want to see how crazy this fucker is. And I said, "So who are you hiding from?" And he goes, "The Intergalactic Police." And I said, "Really?" And he goes, "Yeah." I said, "How are you hiding from them?" I says, "What do they look like?" He says, "You can always tell them because they come in blue police cars." "Really?" "Well, blue is the color of space." And strangely, this made sense to me. And I said, "Well, why are they after you?" He said, "Because for drinking rocket fuel. I drink it through my little finger." And I said, "Then what are the groceries for?" And he says, "It's my cover."
That makes sense.
And I said, "That's a good cover." He said, "Thanks." I had a run-in with them before. I said, "Really?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "I was on a bus. I was on a rocket ship. And I was going and I tried to commandeer it." And I said, "Really? Where were you trying to get to?" He says, "My home." "Where's your home?" "Planet X." I said, "Really?" He said, "Yes." I said, "What happened?" He said, "Well, I was on the Star Cruiser, and as the Star Cruiser was pulling out, I stood up, and I announced to the bus that I was commandeering the Star ship in the name of Planet X." And I said, "Shit, man, I wish I was there. I would have stood up behind you and confirmed it."
I'm with him.
"Don't give him any shit. He'll phaser you. I've seen him do it before."
So
actually, in all honesty, had I been on that fucking Star Cruiser, I would have said, "Fuck you! I've already commandeered this one. Go get your own."
So you're both waiting for the bus?
And we were
Did you
both
get
waiting-
on the bus with him?
No, I didn't actually.
Oh.
He said, "Well, I better keep moving." I'm like, "Yeah, they have tracers." He goes, "I know." And off he went. He's kind of a cool guy in a crazy sort of holy shit am I ever fucked up kind of way. But yeah, it was very cool.
Another episode of fucking with the mentally ill.
You know what's really scary is the mentally ill that don't look mentally ill. Retards look like retards, right? I'm not trying to be mean, but you look at a retard and well, they look retarded.
Come on, it's the
We waved to one today, didn't we, Sean?
Anyone gonna
Sweater
deny
over
that?
top of the collar.
Drex, you're talking about my girlfriend.
Oh.
In any case,
She doesn't have net access, does
let's
she?
talk about asshole attraction factor.
1 second.
Right after this call.
Right after this commercial break. Good, it's not someone at the door. Hi, you're on the What the Hell show. Who's this?
I'm not at the door. What are you talking about?
No, you're not at the door.
Is this
Yeah,
Skip
I'm
Radio?
not at the door. You're at the door. I'm just fucking with you. Oh, this is Prophet Spidey.
Hey, Prophet Spidey, bringer of hilarity.
That is right. And I have quite one for you today while we're on the topic of run-ins with seniors.
Oh, yeah?
I'm actually really supposed to talk about this because my therapist said it would help a lot.
Well, that's good. This is a place.
I hope you guys don't mind me sharing this story with you.
Go right ahead.
Share yourself completely.
Okay, it's grade 7, right? And every grade 7, at the end of the year, we have this trip to Victoria. And it's about 100 or so students. And we stay in this church in the gym area. And our shower is actually, every morning we go to the pool. And coincidentally...
Is this,
Are you supposed to shower before you go in the pool?
Is this a bad touch
Story, yeah.
It's worse.
Oh, God.
Okay, so... Fuck.
This isn't funny. This is...
Incidentally, okay.
Did you bad touch an old
right
man?
before us was the senior session in the pool. So we would get in there, and the seniors would be showering, whatever, right? Well, first of all, I never change in front of everybody, right? I always go in the stall, whatever, I change, and I'm like weird that way, right?
Here.
Now they didn't have stalls in this bathroom for God knows what reason, so I'm like, shit, I have to change with these old people, right? So I'm like, okay, this isn't that bad. It's not that bad. So I take off my shirt and I proceed to, undress myself. And I'm standing there in my then tighty whities. There's these old people around me, right? And I'm like, I'm walking around, and a friend of mine, like the floor was kind of wet, right? Well, he kind of slips and he pushes me, right? And I land against this senior who was changing.
Oh, God.
And I'm like, wow, this is a little awkward. Which is when I realized that there's something against my leg.
Oh!
I'm thinking, whoa, wait a minute. I haven't hit puberty yet. This ain't right. And I think if, Viagra was available, I would have come to the conclusion a lot quicker. And as I looked down, there he was. All of him. And I look at him, and he has the most sickly grin on his... Oh my God.
Wow, at this point we cross-cut to that scene in Predator 2 where you're in the subway and the lights go out and there's blood all over the walls and the ceiling and there's dead old people everywhere. It'd be like a whole different kind of showers at that point.
I was kind of hoping it might only be just blood, no their bodily fluids. So anyway, so I proceeded then. I'm like, okay, enough of this, right? I'm like, screw it, I'm going to the friggin' pool, that's it. So I went to the shower. Big mistake. There were still the remnants of the seniors in there.
No.
All lathering up, whatever. A lot of them.
Bunch of sweaty old
But
fucking horny.
it's a pretty narrow shower hallway. So I'm walking. Sure enough, I slip again. And this time I fall. And
are you actually falling and being pushed into this guy, or were
This
you
is
asking
starting to
for
sound
help?
more and more like
I fell,
Penthouse
okay?
film.
This is in the shower area, and I get up, and kind of get on my knees, so to speak, right? And I'm like, wait a minute, what's touching my back?
No.
And I realized that this guy had sort of fallen over me as well, and he was laying across of my back. Oh! It was kind of all of him. I'm like, well, enough enough of this shit. So at that point, I needed to change and get the hell out of there. And I got suspended for never going in there to shower again for the rest of the week. Because, I didn't like seniors after that. So ever since then, I have never gone to a pool to swim.
Yeah,
and I think this is why my therapist thinks it's wise for me to talk about it.
Yeah, I would talk
Holy
about
Porn on Beta has something
I
to
think
say.
so, because, I have dreams, nightmares, man.
Shut up, speak up.
It's got the guy, man, with his grin. And that grin is so sickly, man. It's just perverted, man. This old man just grinning at me. Laying across my thigh like that, man. It's just gross.
Porn on Beta has something to add to this.
This usually I talk about stuff that's happened to me. This didn't happen to me.
Is this a story?
Yes.
Okay, we can't keep the guy on the phone during a story. So
All right.
okay, say what the hell.
Say what the hell?
man,
Don't
what the
touch
hell?
me, old people.
All right. What the hell? Don't touch me, old people.
Yeah, what the hell is on my leg?
All right. Okay, if somebody's on the phone, it's not break into a story time, but
Yeah, no, I meant after. I didn't mean
Okay.
to keep him on the phone.
okay.
But,
But if you go ooh,
No, it's sort of relevant.
and also people cannot hear you if
Yes.
you're not like within this radius.
It's
if
just
they
like
can't
with a
hear you
phone,
on the
I
phone.
understand.
Yeah.
All right, so what is the story?
All right. Normally I talk about stuff that's happened
It
to me.
is
This
taking
happened
advantage of
to a couple of
surplus
friends of
space.
mine. They went to go see Deep Impact a while back, and this guy sat down next to them. This older guy, probably in his late 50s, and just dropped his pants and began to spank it in front of them. So they
Great. Yeah, eat the popcorn, please.
so
And the tortilla chips.
The one got up and went to get the usher, and he got scared and he went and they held him in the lobby and they called the cops. So the usher figured that they were going to need the two friends of mine for statements, female friends, I should stipulate. Okay, and so they're sitting there on one side of the theater, or one side of the lobby, and this guy is sitting on the other side of the lobby, and my one friend says, "You're a sick fucking pig," blah 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 blah, and starts mouthing him off. And this guy's just sitting there, and apparently he'd done this before to two 10-year-old girls, and been kicked out of the theater. So that's why they'd known right away to call the cops. So
Kicked out of the fucking theater. I'll kick him the fuck off my planet.
You'll be happy at the ending of this story.
Okay.
Okay. So they're waiting for the cops to come, and the guy starts like legitimately snoring. It's like he's passed out and gone to sleep, waiting for the cops to come. He's like
There's something that me and Projectile Vomit Man know. We'll
add it later.
Okay. So this just flips my one friend out, and she's like, "I can't believe he fell asleep. Blah blah blah. Sick pig. Blah blah." Cop comes, and the guy is passed out cold, and the cop goes, "Okay, sir, time to go." Taps him. "Come on, sir, time to go," and he won't wake up. She feels his wrist or whatever, and goes, "He doesn't have a pulse."
How is he snoring?
No, he stopped snoring.
He wasn't snoring. He was having a heart attack, and no one realized it. He was so scared he was going to get caught, and he died.
Oh, man. At least he died in his favorite place.
Wow, and it makes...
And my friend, who had mouthed them off,
Yeah.
went home and cried because she felt like she'd killed him.
I take back what I said before. God is still here.
Hey, I killed an old pedophile.
We call everyone. It's time to celebrate.
High
One of
five.
the enemy has fallen.
Thank you.
And that's my story.
Just because you're 55, I would treat... I don't care if the guy's 95. Your enemy! At that point, you followed to the enemy bracket. You're jerking off in front of 10-year-old girls.
And
Enemy!
you're old.
Yeah.
Because you're an enemy!
As opposed to a 16-year-old who jerks off in front of
Enemy.
10-year-old girls. That's okay.
No,
sorry.
old and jerking off in front of
The
little
postscript
kids.
that me and
That's two
Projectile
things.
Vomit Man were going to add is that it is very common. This is from actual homicide detectives.
This is a helpful, handy tip for dealing with the police.
If
you
you're
happen
ever
to be
arrested-
accused and arrested for a major crime, such as a homicide,
and they leave you alone,
and they leave you alone in the interrogation room, do not fall asleep. Guilty people fall asleep.
Really?
People who are innocent are usually too fucked up by the experience to
They're
sleep
worried,
for days afterwards.
They're worried. They're all stressed out. They don't fall asleep. If you're guilty, you're caught. You have a tendency to
no, basically.
You have a tendency to calm down and just try to relax. Because,
Really?
Yeah, it's proven.
So
it's like,
don't fall asleep, or they will hound you till you confess.
If I'm ever
bit.
Like accused
It's
of
not
murder,
admissible, but-
they're going to think that I did it then, because I can sleep anywhere.
Yeah, middle of movies, whatever.
Me too.
I didn't
Well,
sleep
if
during that
I'm
movie.
accused of
I'd
murder,
like
they'll just be convinced that my brain is snapped, because the minute I'm arrested, I'll begin drooling on myself. This will continue while my lawyer is speaking to me.
During the court
trial,
case.
the entire thing, and then, of course, I get shipped to minimum security, in which, at one given point in my wheelchair,
He's
I
out of
bolt. I stabbed the orderly in the neck with a broken
Sean
spoke,
stops
and
walking.
I'm gone.
I'd be guilty on the sleep
fuck
thing,
you,
too.
bang!
I used to fall asleep in Sim's car with my head next to the 6x9 that was blasting Dayglow abortions.
Yeah, like full
That's
blast.
Absolute fucking madness.
He falls asleep.
Madness.
Just
I'd like
amazing.
I'd like to ask all our listeners out there. I'd like to ask everybody here in the room. Is there something about me that just pisses everybody off?
This is the asshole attraction magnet. Basically.
Okay, besides me saying basically.
People who have never talked to Dak.
This is amazing.
This
Now,
is
you
amazing.
must bear in mind, Desmond is about 6'3", in the 280 mark, grew up in New York, is not a small guy.
Very intimidating,
And,
huge.
I
Like,
mean, we could probably all kick his ass if we all came at him as a group.
But
you know, some of us are going to lose the way. Like, the guy's not a small, skinny fucking geek.
And
You know,
he's
not the general-
streetwise.
And like, the guy has got some mass on him. He's like,
There's a reason why he identifies. Our Uncle Dak identifies so much with the Godzilla movies. That's because,
that way.
he just senses a kinship with
in
the big
movie,
green lizard.
The Big Lebowski, the guy who looks like his friend, John Goodman's character in The Big Lebowski, is an accurate look of what Dak looks like.
Pretty much.
Pretty much what he looks
Yeah.
like. And his personality and such.
No, the Big Lebowski guy is you.
Okay,
That is
I have
you.
yet to see the film, but apparently they say the Big Lebowski guy is me for sure. But anyway,
So
I can see the parallel, though.
I'm out with my girlfriend. We just stopped off to have coffee. Just talked for a little while. She was going to drive me home. I said, no thanks. Just I have some shopping to do. Right across the street from our coffee shop is a little sporting goods slash camping store. And I remember picking up some cheap batteries in there, which is what I needed for my Walkman, so I don't have to listen to the dregs of humanity give me their little idiotic, insipid speeches while I'm on the Loser
monkey
Cruiser.
speak?
Yes, this is the.
Sorry, that was a merciless stab. Sorry.
So I cross the street. I go inside, and yes, they do have cheap batteries. And I've paid for the batteries, and I'm just about to leave when the clerk, young girl, behind the counter goes, "Oh, wait a second, we have something here." And I'm like thinking, cool, free stuff. So I step over, and it's not free stuff. It's a pamphlet about the new
Fishing laws.
fishing regulations we have here in BC. Once again, your friendly government stepping in where they don't fucking belong. That's besides the point. I say, no thank you. The only thing I like to see trapped and killed are human beings. Haha, I said it with like a smile in my voice. I was joking. All of a sudden, over to the side, this guy who's looking at boots screams out, and I don't mean just like says, I mean screams out, "You fucking greenie!" I'm like, pardon?
I said,
I suppose you're a fucking vegetarian too. And I'm like, no, I do eat meat. What's your problem? You have any fucking idea what you people have done to this province? Because of you, nobody can get any fucking work. I'm like, okay.
Someone's better.
Meanwhile, what's the chick doing?
The chick is like looking back and forth at the two of us, trying to figure out what the hell's going on, which is also what I'm trying to do.
What's the physical description on this guy?
Now, okay, we're talking checkered shirt,
of course,
blue jeans,
imagine my show,
boots, ball cap, long fucking hair, beard, mustache, sunglasses.
Big guy. Big target on his face?
No, probably.
Because when people yell at me like that, it makes me really angry. Makes me really
probably
angry.
Good, about average size. So I'm like, okay, I don't know what your problem is, but I have nothing to do with you. I was talking to her, so please just shut up and mind your own business. Yeah, you fucking asshole, I'll kick your fucking ass. No, you won't.
And the last sound that Dad heard was.
So I'm like, now, I don't know what your problem is, but I'm leaving.
No, he knows what his problem is. He's got a 280-pound, 6'3" Dak on his case.
So
That's his problem.
this guy, I go to step outside, and he's like, "That's fucking right. I'll fucking kick your ass." I said, "Look, I'm going to step outside. Why don't you join me?" So I'll fucking kick your ass. I said, I keep hearing you say that. I don't see you doing anything. So I take off my glasses. I put them away. I'm like,
Did you toss them back?
no. I just put them away. And so
Dak
he-
has grown more civilized as time
So he
has progressed.
steps
It's kinda
out.
like the Highlander thing.
He steps out, and I'm like, okay, first of all, you should know two things. One, I will kick your ass. Then I will call the police and charge you with assault. He's like, yeah, that's right. Fucking hide behind the cops. I'm like thinking to myself, okay, I put it in the order of I will kick your ass, then I'll call the cops. I'm trying to figure out how this is hiding, but this is besides the point. I don't actually say anything. And we go into this childish 5-minute routine of, I'll kick your ass, throw the first punch. I'll kick your ass, throw the first punch. Yeah, it was literally, it had degraded back to high school.
Yeah, I had one of those.
And I'm trying to figure out now you people have been listening to me, and I admit I talk a lot of bullshit. But is there just something generally in my personality that seems to draw out the feelings?
You don't really make me want to kick you in the head. Like, I don't really want to start a fight with you. I do want to smack you sometimes when you basically me to death.
Yep.
But other than that,
But other than that, we're still we're. Yes, it is a virus. It is a virus.
it is a virus. Only you can prevent.
We
Basically.
are trying to develop a working theory of asshole magnetization.
Like, this is unfucking believable. It's like not like he's a small guy. Like, okay, Cimmerian is not a very big person.
No.
And
Like,
he is a
for
vegetarian.
physical stature. If Cimmerian and I went into that store and Sim wanted to buy some Jeep batteries for his Palm Pilot, and he was walking out, and I'm like looking at boots and shit, and he goes, "Would you?" And she says to Sim, "Would you like this thing on fishing?" And if she's even remotely cute, was she?
Yes.
If she's remotely cute, say, "No, thank you, I'm a vegetarian." And maybe she would respond with that or whatever. You know, he's got some casual flirting going on. Because Sim is still single, so if anybody wants to fuck him, please ICQ him. And this message has been brought to you by TFM. Somebody out there, for God. Anyway, so instant radio points if you have sex with Sim.
Hey,
Cult
Increase your
leaders do
cult
that.
ranking.
Cult leaders
Hey,
do
at
that.
least it's worth the T-shirt.
All right, anyway, get off topic.
too many crazy
You
Cenobites out
digress.
there.
I had sex with Sim, and all I got was this lousy T-shirt.
Balloon Buddy, we need you.
It's not lousy. It says Rant Radio on it.
All right.
I'm still waiting for what happens at the end of the 5 minutes.
So I basically, he walked back inside. I walked away with a confused look on my face. He never threw a punch.
That's awfully disappointing.
I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, to be honest, Dak is not one to. I mean, the guy, he talks a lot of shit. We talk a lot of shit here, but Dak, in a high-stress conflict situation, always does exactly the right thing, and that's no shit.
And he always lives the motto that you've probably heard before: never start a fight, but always finish it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do not throw first. Rarely do I throw the first punch.
I'm very weird that way because I have a real problem with people harassing friends of mine. This is, like, brutal. I go into fucking psycho mode.
Yeah,
And-
that's different though.
Yeah, it is. I don't know why that
That's
is.
totally different.
If
It's
someone's
not the same
pushing
thing.
me around-
If someone's pushing your friend around, they just threw the first punch. They threw it at your friend, and now it's okay to stomp their fucking ass.
Actually,
Even if they're just verbally abusing it. If I'm like, "Fuck you, motherfucker!" then Dak can punch me in the head, and it's not a first
I have to agree with him. I have basically somebody has
Loud.
Somebody has yelled at one of my
Loud.
friends, and I have stepped in, and the next sight was basically me trying to drag them outside.
I must have been yelling into his.
Oh, no. It was just loud in general.
Don't be so loud.
I did that once.
No, it's crazy because I don't know why. I don't know why that happens. Like, why would you do that? Exactly. If somebody had said that shit to Sam, "You fucking bacon piece of shit," and he's flirting with that chick, I'd be like, "Oh, where is your machete section? Do you have perhaps
A
an
crowbar.
entrenchment tool?"
Fishing
Hey, look,
knives.
spear guns.
I'm like, Sam, you'll have to defend yourself. I'll be over here by the diving knives. Don't mind me.
I'll be
Oh,
back in-
sir, please do not harass my friend. I will go and hide in the back where the, digging implements are. Dun, 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 dun. Pang. And I'd be
Hankey's
like,
pretty handy with a tire iron.
loser, she said pang, and just fucking, and
Oh,
from,
that just pissed him off.
I'd snap. I would, even if it was Dak, who's more
Sean
than
snaps
able.
over bananas. I mean, jeez.
Oh, I was mad about the banana thing. But like seriously, if I was there with Dak, I would have fucking said "fuck you, pal" and give him a good post right, but give him a good kick right between the posts. I'll kick your punt. Oh, thud.
And since he didn't seem to,
can I buy some bear spray, please? Thank you.
And he didn't seem to be able to differentiate
Please put a
between
damp cloth over your face,
beat up
honey.
first, then call cops. So you could still call the cops and charge him with assault, and he wouldn't argue.
Call cops, fuck all. I'd call fucking Drexoll. We put him in the back of the Loomis van, and he'd go get a shallow grave somewhere on down by Fraser River. Fuck that.
That's called cleaning up the environment.
It is. I'll clean up my fucking local.
Call me a fucking greenie.
And I wouldn't
Clean
do
up the
this.
environment.
I wouldn't do this to be mad at the guy. I wouldn't. What if he did that to some poor little fucker who couldn't defend himself? I mean, obviously he's sitting outside. He's a coward. He's gonna go with Desmond, but Desmond's realized, oh shit, maybe this guy's actually kind of big, and his fucking senses kick in, and he's like, oh well, this guy might kick my ass, so I'm gonna go back inside. But if it was a smaller guy, he'd fucking go smack his ass around, kick his head in, fucking stomp his brains out, because you know those kind of guys don't stop once they get you down.
He was pure, unadulterated, distilled redneck. I mean,
yeah. This guy would have fully fucking
Around
curb
here,
stomped
that's
all that
so
kind of stuff.
odd.
I wouldn't kick his ass in spades and go kick the shit out of him just because he's coming at me. I'd kick the shit out of him so he would think twice before coming at somebody else. That's the reason why I'd
the
be pissed.
unfortunate part is that takes years of beating to teach them a lesson. So the only safe thing to do...
You have to condense it.
Yeah, you can condense it. That's called maiming or killing, which
You're
is
absolutely wrong. You cannot get rid of the beater by beating them. I mean, their dad tried for so many years and failed.
Yeah. This is where we come into the use of recreational pharmaceuticals. I refer, of course, to my treatment of making the person drop acid, tying them up, and putting them right next to train tracks. On train tracks that are dormant, because there's some right behind the studio. There's train tracks that are active
Two
and
sets.
train tracks that are dormant, like 5 feet apart. So what you do is you give them a head full of acid, tie them to the dormant ones, and wait for the train to come. I don't know about you. I don't know if you've ever stood about 10 feet away from a train, closed
It's
your eyes,
brutal.
and it sounds like it's running you over, and
It's
you're not
fucking
honest.
frightening.
If you were tied next to some fucking tracks,
No,
and you
you're
know
on
tied to
tracks.
tracks. You know you're on them.
If you
can
get two
feel
of them, you could have a
and you can
contest
hear
and see
fucking train
how far
coming.
you can shoot
a
their
head full of
feces.
acid. Fuck me, man. You'd come out. You'd be like, you'd be Jacob's fucking ladder, man. It'd be BZ compound all over the place. You come out of the tracks like fucking Dino. The next 6 fucking months. You know, he wouldn't be able to utter things like, nouns. Fuck that. He's one giant vowel. You won't be able to call me a greenie because he can't pronounce the G or the N. So fuck
That's
you,
not, that's
cowboy.
not really much of a change, but with those kind of people, because I mean, their entire vocabulary to start with was "da beer, da smash, da kill."
No, I know it's. Oh my god.
Oh, yeah, fuck greenie.
I mean,
Smash, kill.
oh Jesus Christ! That's the only way to deal with these people. Don't beat them. Give them more drugs. Send them. Like by the time I was done with that fucker, Hunter S. Thompson would be like, "Oh, you better cut down." It'd be way out of hand. Way out of hand. Okay. Oh God, did you go fuck with Sean? You better hope there's some Thorazine in this bag or some really deep shit. I mean, whoa, no, all kinds of
Some
wrong.
days they have like national days in certain cities where like gopher smashing day or whatever, right? or snake bashing day or like the Simpsons, whatever, right? But why don't they have a redneck bashing day? We can like go out and hunt them
Every day.
every day.
Speaking of
redneck
days
day.
that have been proclaimed by the city, can I just mention something that I've read in the Langley City paper?
Sure.
That is that on Friday I read, I believe it was the Langley Times, and apparently it was asked by Langley City to proclaim a bi, lesbian, gay, and transsexual day in Langley on a certain day.
Oh, that'd be mighty.
Wait. This is
I wanna be
beautiful.
Is there a parade?
This is beautiful. Okay, and what happened was, of course, they decided not to pass it, and it was just pushed under.
Because it's Langley.
But what they did find out is that actually in the last month, 64 days have been proclaimed in this year as certain days, one of which is National
Really?
Langley City Bog Day.
What's Bog Day?
I have no idea. What's someone's like happy about their little frog swimming in a bog
Can
or
I wear a
something.
bog?
And
365
I just like to
days to
say
give
that
out.
it's really fucking sad because there was an editorial. Yeah, there was an actual editorial in the paper by one
considering
of
the number
the younger kids. He's about 19, I think, and he does the regular thing. And normally, I really appreciate what he has to say. but he actually wrote that, they're not being discriminative because they're saying that they don't want it. Actually, they just, they're kind of getting sick of proclaiming all these different days and this and that. And, just because they don't do it doesn't mean they're being discriminatory. It just means that they have better things to do than proclaim a day for people that should just be happy with what they're doing. They shouldn't actually have any... They just shouldn't be, it should be something that they keep to themselves. It shouldn't be something that anyone else should recognize.
Oh.
Wait.
All right.
Hi, you're on Rant Radio. Who's this?
Nomad Skitty.
Hi, Nomad Skitty. How you doing?
Good.
How are you doing? Where are you calling from?
Minnesota.
Minnesota. Are you calling for a date with Sim?
Well, no, because I'm too young for Sim. But
Oh, rats.
It's 14 here.
It's never.
Oh! Okay. Oh my God, are we
Just
ever
kidding.
joking? Oh my God, are we ever joking?
Joking.
Please do not come in and arrest us all.
2 words: extradition treaty.
Yeah. Okay. all joking aside, what can we help you with tonight?
okay, you have people in the IRC that are like going crazy about some secret that you guys are supposed to talk about. That Sim was going to say something about or something like that.
Well, it's not a huge secret. We've mentioned it before, but I will say it. It's it was on the webpage, posted on the webpage recently for the news. It's just the plan of Rant Radio.
That's a good point. Is that what you were calling about? We'll talk about that next. Was that what you wanted to say?
Yeah, because like Soylent Zero is like going crazy using all these colors and shit, and they're like hurting my eyes when I want.
Well, Echo can take care of that problem.
Oh no, don't fuck with Soylent Zero. He's a good guy. All right, well, say what the hell.
What the hell?
Oh wait, before you go, are you still there?
Yeah?
How old are you?
I'm gonna be 16 tomorrow.
Okay then.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday! Say what the hell.
What the hell?
Bye bye. Okay, nobody say a word, because we can all go to jail. Right now, what was the secret? What was the secret?
No, getting back
she
to
sounded
what
like
she
a
said.
cutie, didn't she?
Yes, she did.
She sounded like a cutie. A cutie. Cutie's fine. Shirley Temple is a cutie. Cutie's okay.
That's really wrong.
Stop digging.
Stop.
All right. Shut.
Get out!
Oh.
Get
that is
get
wrong.
out
Don't
of
get me
the
off the John
backhoe.
Bonet thing. I will do bad John.
Take take the keys from the ignition of the backhoe.
Hi, you're on Rant Radio. Who's this?
Lieutenant Major Zombie.
Hi, zombie. How's my favorite little freak today?
Huh?
How are you doing today, Zombie?
I'm doing alright. It's just raining over here. It kind of sucks.
Are you still taking the medication or what?
No, Ritalin? Oh, I take that on schools, man.
Oh, okay, that's cool. So what can we help you with today?
Internet.
Okay then, say
I'm
what the
just
hell?
late.
What?
I'm like late, alright? So I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm late for Rant Radio.
I've got
what the hell?
I've got to phone in as soon as I.
Okay,
do
we
it.
know you're here. Everyone, general message. We all know Zombie's here. Say
Nice to know you're
what
safe.
the hell?
We're glad to hear
thank
from
you,
you.
thank you.
Good to know
What
you're
the
safe.
hell?
All right, yay.
Outstanding. Now, what is the
I was
secret?
worried about
before
him. I'm
Everybody
glad he called.
goes. Everybody goes insane. What is the secret?
Okay, I posted on the website here. Rant Radio's master plan. It says, we do have a plan here at Rant Radio, if you can believe that. Here it is.
Does the first stage involve annexing Poland?
No, that's later.
That's part of the cult plan, and we'll talk
part of
about
the
that
cult
later.
plan.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to get ahead of things.
Can I be the head of the Air Force? I look like it.
No. There's not a plane made circa before 1955 that could get your ass off the ground. Okay, what is
The first step is the redesign of the Rant Radio webpage, which is already underway. Some people are helping me out. If anybody else wants to help me out, it's info@rantradio.com.
That's right. You can have your name
In lights.
at the Rant Radio site if you wish to contribute to the redesign of the Rant Radio page. Now,
Yep.
We'll name a star after
I
you.
will.
What we
I will
got going
send
on
you
is
info
fucking
about
cool.
it. I will send you info about what I want it to look like, all that. The second step is to obtain adequate mirrors.
yes, and we may have someone who's going to be offering a T3 up.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, very
Yes,
cool.
Demon Seed
Excellent.
was talking to me today about a possibility of maybe getting a T3
Yes.
mirror going on. So that's very, very cool.
This is very important that we have very steady, very good mirrors
Yes.
that don't go down.
Yes.
Okay. 3, upgrade the Rant Radio server. and upgrade our stream to 128 kilobits per second.
That will be very, very sexy.
CD quality.
CD quality rant radio.
And also a 24 kilobits per second stream for those people on modems.
That's right, because, well, it would suck for those people who are not on modems. Because a lot
Imagine
of our listeners...
our voices in CD quality.
It's CD quality. All 24 hours a day.
You can hear all the wonderful nuances of Sean's voice as he screams at the top of his lungs and says the word "pang." I hit you in the face with a shovel.
Digital quality.
Actually,
you can hear the word basically and crystal clear.
And if they want to do that, they'd be more inclined to do the basically thing. But if they want to just hear Sean K all day, every day, they could go to the Smokehouse channel, which he has set up, which broadcasts me. No music,
all day.
Just Sean. All my rants.
How to go insane.
All my previous brainwashings.
You
24
can't listen to them
hours
all
a
once.
day.
Don't try.
Every day.
Every day, all day.
Just me.
It's already working.
It's like, this does not bode well for my stereo. If I do not channel that through your stereo will get so mad at you that it will view you as an oppressor and attack you.
That's right, yep.
Like, you'll have to switch mediums. I can't listen to my own rants in sequence. I go too crazy.
Like 1, 2 maybe max, right?
Like, I left my wife alone with like, rant radio broadcasting, and she tried to strangle me. Like, 3 hours later, she's like, "Fuck you, asshole!" You know, it's crazy. That's heavy rotation. That's heavy rotation. It's bad, you know. So, but yeah, Smokehouse. It's shameless plug for Smokehouse. I do not remember the thing to get it, but there's a 24-hour.
Just talk to Smokehouse.
Talk to Smokehouse.
He'll set you up.
And he's the fucking bomb.
And then the next step is to make available all the archive shows of What the Hell. That's not a big deal,
So for
but
people who do want the show,
people ask me, "Oh, I'm gonna miss it this week. Can you send it to me?"
Ask
It's like
me.
whatever.
People have started ICU me about it. I'm like, "Fuck you! Don't talk to me about rant radio stuff."
I don't want to hear it.
I do cult stuff. I do not do rant radio stuff. It's not my problem.
And then oh, this is all fucked up. It's 4 and then 4 again. Anyway, the last
number 4.
The
Somebody
last
forgot to
step.
count.
That's right, and it was me. The 4B. The last step is the most important step.
This is fucking sexy.
Is that we're going to be the new portal for many. Turning off phone.
Sorry, whoever that is calling now, call back later.
Many radical organizations around the world that don't have a voice on television and radio right now, like the Animal Liberation Front,
The ALF, the People for the
PETA.
People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, Earth First, you name it, it's all fucking there.
Yep.
Everybody who's
Crazy
generally-
fuck.
Now you have to be extreme.
Yeah.
They have
Remember,
to be extreme.
think globally, blow things up locally.
Well, I believe no. The term for that does not let you go to jail is direct action.
Direct action.
Visualize direct action. It's not attack anyone. It's direct action. I didn't kick the fuck out of the guy in the
That's a
Sporting Goods
great
stores.
mission statement.
It is a good mission statement, and it's direct action.
Does that come from the same dictionary as a phrase like friendly fire?
Now, direct action is when you have to take a direct action in order to prevent something. This is the concept of direct action.
But it does
versus petition.
come from the same dictionary where it's not a lie; it's just a distortion of the facts.
And also, it's not a war; it's a police action.
You know,
Exactly.
This sounds like a good idea, and I am all for it. But there's a part of me frightened that somebody like, say, the Baby Liberation Army might find a voice through.
No, because they have to talk to us. It's not like we leave it open and any wacko can,
KKK, come on in. No,
holy
no,
shit,
and no.
KKK.
You mean we only let people talk who we want to have talk?
It's our station. Yeah, fuck you, right?
Well, that's not exactly. That's not.
Me?
We're
actually sued a bunch of people. It was on the news a couple weeks ago.
We need a microphone on you. Drex can give it up.
I don't have all the facts. I could dig them up again, though. PETA actually went after a bunch of people and had their URLs, their domains revoked because they had parody sites up and they sicked their wares on them.
It was PETA.
And tore them down. I really disagree with that. Somebody like PETA should have more of a sense of humor about things.
No kidding.
Well,
everyone does.
Not really. No.
Maybe the
PETA
animals didn't get it.
Crazy.
Wait a sec.
PETA are crazy.
They had a what? They had a parody site?
Yeah, it was PETA.com or something.
And
it was.
There's a law against parodies?
No.
That's
law against names.
That's the point.
They're protected by law.
Yeah, exactly.
But this wasn't against the parody. It was against the name.
We've also got to
PETA.
remember, though, hang on. Now, this isn't justifying it, but I can see where PETA comes from. PETA constantly has people fucking with their shit. Without a doubt. Like, these guys are fighting an uphill battle to start with. Be it right, be it wrong. They are fighting every fucking day. So if I was fighting every goddamn day against rednecks and assholes and all these freaks, okay, my sense of humor would rapidly decrease. So if in any chance I could take a round out of somebody, I would.
Mm-hmm.
So now that's not justifying what they did. Absolutely, I agree with Drex. Like, fuck you. You should have a sense of humor. Get with it.
Yeah, it's not a matter of sense of humor. I don't think you should be able to shut someone down because they're doing a parody of you.
Yeah, exactly.
That's bullshit.
Larry Flint ended up being sued by Jerry Falwell because he did a parody in which there was a number
of those booze ads they have in the men's magazines.
That they would talk about the first time you drank booze, the first time you take this booze. This is what the ads are about. The parody was Jerry Falwell telling about the first time he had sex with his mother. Now, I agree, it was in poor taste.
In an outhouse.
In an outhouse. It was poor
wow.
It is Jerry Falwell.
I just gained so much respect for Larry Flint. That guy's got balls and clank.
Oh, yeah.
Did you
How
know
do
that?
you
Larry
walk?
Flint's got big balls.
And everyone wants to see a relatively true to the facts version of this story. Just
The
see
People
the People versus Larry Flint.
Great
which
movie.
is an excellent movie.
Is it? I've seen the film on the shelf. I've never.
It eventually ended up they had to go to the Supreme Court to win the fact that parody is not an assault on someone.
Precedent setting.
And it did create a precedent. Thank friggin' Christ.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
very good. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to say anything about anyone.
Yes.
There goes all comedy sketches. There goes all stand-up.
Yeah,
all gone.
And there's been so many parodies since that day.
So much for Weird Al.
Yeah.
That's it. You're
really.
fired.
Yeah. Well,
Jay
Weird Al
Leno
gets
is out of
permission.
work.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, there are a lot of people.
Should be out of work.
There are a lot of people, even people in this room, who are a little bit weird with the notion of groups like Earth First, People for the Ethical Treatment, ALF, all those kind of guys getting a voice.
Oh, Earth First, right on.
The fact remains that Rant Radio is about giving voice to the extreme for the people who do not have a voice because
they have no medium to speak.
Too much.
What's Earth First?
Earth First is the guys
People
who
who put
they're the militant
spikes in trees, so when people
bullshit up
chainsaw them down and
I will
comes
kill
back
you
at
if
them.
you cut down this tree. You're only 25. This tree is 3,000 years old.
At least they're taking direct action.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
direct
there's a lot of people who see it either way, blah, 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 blah. But regardless, it will stimulate conversation, will stimulate people's thought patterns.
Yeah.
Get right, get wrong, it's all
See, to
all
me,
words. It's all words.
that's the same thing as the Boondock Saints. These guys are running around killing people that are bad.
Yes.
Right? Now,
Vigilante.
I must say, the cops have to try and stop them from doing this because
That's
you
right.
can't just let them do it because
Then
then you're just allowing people to run around killing each
then
other, right?
everyone will
and
do
the
it.
cops are supposed to be killing people. I mean, stopping crime.
Right. And not killing
However,
black
that
youth
doesn't
like they
mean
normally
that
do.
I think what they're doing is wrong. I just
Interesting
think
Freudian
the
slip
cops,
there.
the cops have to do it.
Yes, it's
They
their
have
job.
to stop them, and
can
I
understand.
agree that they should be trying to
It's
stop
just like
them.
POWs and the Germans, and they try and escape, and it's their job to stop them, right?
Right. But in this
Except for when
case,
they do it to black
personally,
guys.
like, don't get me wrong, I'm not a tree hugger, but but really, okay, the world. Here's the world, and here's us. We live like, okay, we can't compare the length of the span of the world and our pitiful little lives, right?
Little blinky
And
lights on the earth.
in our pitiful little lives, we could destroy the Earth.
Yes. Actually, we can do it in
Just
8
by
minutes.
yeah, no, but I'm not talking about with nukes. I'm talking about just tearing down all the trees and blah 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 blah.
You're talking
blah,
about
right?
destroying the
The
biosphere.
slow way.
We can easily do that, and we're doing it for money and to survive.
Actually, we do it
But
at the rate of
compared to
something
the
like
Earth,
4
we're just
hectares a day or something
we're just
like
more
that.
creatures on the Earth, right? And if it's all destroyed just so that we can make more money, so putting some spikes in trees and killing some loggers, that sucks.
I've never agreed with that.
But I'm not saying I would do it or I agree with it.
So-
but in principle, what they're doing really is, in the larger scale, they're right and we're wrong, even though we think
So
it's
we're
wrong.
both
And even
saying
though they
the
should
same-
try and
That's an
stop
interesting
it.
viewpoint. Hang on, we got a caller.
Hi, you're on Rant Radio. Who's this?
Drexoll Zebulon.
Hey,
Zebulon.
How you doing, buddy? What's up?
I'm doing pretty good. I actually had a little rant I wanted to say.
Okay.
Basically, I read about a couple weeks ago the Chinese are going to start throwing astronauts up into space, only they're going to call them taikonauts. The U.S. government says that while one of the strongest motivations for this program appears to be political prestige, China's manned space program could contribute to improved military space systems in the 2010-2020 time frame. But they're friendly now. We like China. We want their business. They won't harm us. They're all for peace and money now. With the help of tanks and guns, hello? When their lasers start plucking out American satellites and their rockets loaded with American-made fuel and weaponry start raining down on American cities while the morons on Capitol Hill are rushing to their secret bunkers wondering heinous attacks, I'm going to rest easy knowing that the spies we stopped looking for have successfully relayed the congressional bunker locations to Chinese Missile Command, while all the other morons who are too busy counting their cash selling out America to the Reds are now panicking in line attempting to leave their large, restricted access compounds while the flames and biological weaponry bleach out our global gene pool of greedy assholes and blind corporate fat cats. Where the hell is Reagan when you need him?
All right. Okay, so you're saying that you don't think the American government should be, friends with the Chinese because they're Reds and they're going into space and they're going to kill us. Is that what you're saying?
What I think he's trying to say, correct me if I'm wrong here, what I think he's trying to say is that we shouldn't be so quick to just go, hey, even though China for a really long time has been kind of like,
devoted to destroying us.
devoted to destroying us and our kind, maybe we shouldn't just, sure, forgiveness is good, but let's do it with a little bit of caution. Am I close to the truth there?
Fools rush in.
Hello. He's gone.
He's gone. He
All right.
said his piece and left.
But I can't help but the quote, with tanks and guns? Well, what do the Americans have?
No. You don't understand.
The Americans are fucked too.
The Americans are fucked too, but the point is, what he's trying to make is that here's a group that is a different ideology. Now, I'm close to communism. I'm not a capitalist. But I kind.
We have another caller.
Or maybe the same caller.
Hi, you're on Rant Radio. Who's this?
Prophet Nixter.
Hey,
Nixter.
Hey, I just wanted to let you know, but I guess you must turn off the phone or something. I called a couple of minutes ago.
Yeah, we turn it off at some points because we're talking.
Yeah, okay.
And many, many people call in now.
That's cool. I wanted to let everyone know that on the Prophet site, which is going to be changing soon, but there's a link to Smokehouse's...
the Smokehouse channel.
Yeah.
Outstanding. Very, very good.
Bottom left corner of all the left side.
Okay, so if anyone wants to tune into Sean K 24/7 and really fuck up your brain, you can get it from prophet.thecult.org. Prophet.thecult.org. That's where you got to go. Say what the hell, brother?
What the hell?
Right on.
All right, so if anybody knows any more of these radical organizations, send me a list.
We actually need a number for the World Health Organization. These are guys who police the World Health Organization.
They're evil.
Not the World Health. Sorry, no, the Health Action.
Good.
The Health Action Network is not the World Health. Sorry, Freudian slip. The Health Action Network. Han.
World Health Organization's evil.
Now, the Health Action Network are the guys who blew the whistle on NutraSweet. They're the guys who blew the whistle on a lot of the toxins and medicines that are coming out. And they're a really, really great organization. Some people aren't into the ALF. Some people think that, animal testing is important. That's not the point. That's not the point. Well, the point here is that we have to have conflicting views. We have to have these people...
Discussion.
Okay, maybe Earth First shouldn't be spiking trees. Okay, maybe they shouldn't
be
doing
spiking
that.
loggers.
Maybe they shouldn't. maybe they shouldn't be doing that.
That guy's going to come after you.
Maybe they shouldn't be doing that. But they do a lot of things in their organization because they are about direct action.
What they stand for is good, right?
What they stand for is good, and they are fighting. Now, maybe one method that they use is not that great, but 10 methods that they use are great. So if you agree with 90% of what they do, and you disagree with 10% of what they do, it's easy to distinguish between right and wrong. It's harder to distinguish between the wrong that is more right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And given a choice... Be honest, given a choice between burning down all of the forests and cutting everything and seeing, I don't know if anyone's ever actually seen old growth forest, but it's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
And I don't know if anyone's ever actually seen that, but given a choice between doing that and spiking some trees, provided you let them know, hey, shithead, we spiked everything here. If you cut these trees down, you're going to die.
Yeah.
If you put big banners up and say, motherfucker, we spiked everything. Okay? And the guy goes, well, I'm going to cut this tree down. Shit for brains. I spiked the fucking tree. I'm not kidding.
I'm going to do it anyway.
I'm going to cut that fucking tree down. Chainsaw cuts his head off. Natural selection in action.
Thank you.
Okay, now if they were spiking... If they're spiking trees anonymously and they don't tell anybody, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's bullshit. Now, and
there's
that's
probably copycat organizations, too, that do
there's
shit
also,
like
that. And you don't know, But the fact remains is you see there's a right way and there's a wrong way to do everything.
Yeah.
Well, it could be warehouses.
I have a question.
And there's also a fact that loggers, this is something that the British did. Hello? The British have known to blow up bombs in their own fucking city
to blame
the IRA. It's been proven
kind of
to
like
have
the
existed.
Croats and Serbs murdering their own people for sympathy in the news. Yeah.
Exactly. So, I mean, this happens all the time. I'm not saying loggers spike trees and then get their buddies to cut their fucking faces off. I'm sure that doesn't happen. Okay,
Clever.
But there's
Very
a lot
clever.
of shit that can go on here, and this is something. And even though it is bad press, it's unfortunate that people are getting hurt. That's very unfortunate, especially some loggers. I mean, the loggers themselves are just workers. I am not a fan of injuring any innocent. Okay, that is not on.
I've never said
No
that. I've always
one
said-
is
I would
innocent.
not destroy. I would not spike the trees, or I would definitely, if I would spike trees, I would without a doubt using like 7-inch fucking nails and spray painted like you put the trim clad coat on a metal sign that's hard baked on with enamel, so there's no way that's going to wash off in the next 15 years, and you put a sign on every fucking tree,
Protect
plain
it.
as day,
16
saying,
years later.
this tree is spiked numerous times, and you notify these people. Now, there are psychos everywhere, okay? There are psychos everywhere. There are psychos in every organization. There's guys blowing up busloads of kids. That's wrong. That is wrong, but let's give these guys a voice, because we always hear about the loggers getting their faces cut off. Let's hear and give the chance for Earth First to have a voice. Maybe they're crazy. Maybe they do this. Maybe they're a bunch of militant fucks. Maybe that's the case. But there's still a group of militant fucks who need to be heard and deserve a voice.
So I want to ask a question.
Yep.
So what it all boils down to then is you're going to give these organizations a forum to express their
Platform
views,
to, yeah.
and which doesn't necessarily reflect the views of Rant Radio.
No.
That's but
Rant
we
Radio
don't
is
have to
about
agree.
expression.
yeah,
Yeah.
but
It's
that's what I'm
up-
saying. Just
and we-
because
It's up to the individual listener to decide whether or not they have
Yeah,
a
people do
valid,
have that whole free will thing.
valid thing
Right,
to
that's what I
say,
mean.
or
That's
whether
right.
they're full of whether they're full of shit or not.
Yep.
How about? Sorry, I think
And
it's been-
freedom of speech is not free if unpopular speech is not
And
protected
also,
and
and
given a
also,
voice.
true, yeah,
and
very
also,
true.
these people are going to be let on the air for free.
That's right.
Yep.
We're
So
not
we'll be
charging them.
offering free slots.
But like he said, there is a limit, right? They're not going to let
We're not letting
the
a fucking
KKK
Klan
on there.
Yeah,
or-
no, forget
Yeah.
it.
It's
So in other words,
stuff
people
we
who-
want.
I'd like to see that email. Can
That's
we get
right,
on here
to
with
a
our
certain
white power?
degree.
Oh, yeah,
although
sure.
interviewing with them would be a whole lot of
Actually,
fun.
can I
No,
tell you something?
Sam is not into that.
I would not.
Scary.
I don't agree with a lot of them, but I think that, and I hate to say this, and I really hate to say this, I think any organization, whether we agree with their beliefs or not, should be given a slot. I
So
hate to
so
say
child
that.
See, I'd
molesters
like
of
to-
America should have a slot.
Nambla, I would love to do an interview with Nambla.
I'm not saying
See,
once
I
they
would
get off
like
the
to do
air-
that too, but-
I'm not saying once they're off the air, we couldn't basically tear these people to parts. I'm not saying that if we disagree with
But my
somebody.
question is, you think child molesters of America should have their little spot?
It actually doesn't matter what Dak thinks because
No,
Sim's
but
the
I'm
guy who does
asking.
it.
I'm asking.
See,
his-
I would
he
love
made
to
a
do
point,
that.
And I want to know what he
Actually,
thinks.
I hate to say that, and I really do hate to say that, and I hate
No
the
one
fact.
holds it against you. We know what you're
No,
trying
no,
to say.
no. I don't like the fact that they're alive, let
Yeah.
alone having the ability to draw breath and speak. But I would have to say
It's
that
just
they
like-
have
Everyone has the
the
freedom
right
It's
of
to
just like the
speech.
Black
They
Power
do.
parades and the KKK parades.
Dak, they do.
Right.
They can make their own station. It costs
Oh,
nothing.
no. And that's Dak's point. That is
Yeah.
Dak's point. He does. We don't have to do it here, but he thinks they should.
But that's
be able to
not.
do that.
You were saying that
I
we should
would-
let them have
I
space
would
here.
It's not
Right?
like it's
If
impossible
let's put
for
it this
these
way,
people to
if
find a
like the
medium. This is just a
KKK
convenient
calls
one.
us up, or like the Aryan Nation calls up
Yeah.
and says we want to basically put
You
a.
let everyone else on. We want on too.
I would,
call
I
you
would
back.
have to,
We're
I
kinda
know. I would
booked
have to
out.
say let them on.
Well, that's one thing that must be remembered.
I
And
wouldn't.
everyone in
I
Rant
know.
Radio, everyone in Rant Radio and Rant Radio Land needs to know something. Let's not make any confusions here. Cult and Rant Radio are not democracies. In no way does anybody's opinion have any kind of sway whatsoever. We are not dinks, so we're not going to go, fuck you, I'm power tripping, pack your bags, we're going on a power trip, okay? That is not the case here, okay? Because people have suggested, like, Enki was fucking amazing. The guy put a boatload of work into the microcrap website. I mean, the amount of work the guy did was fucking unreal. Everybody was like, wow, man, that's really cool. You did a cool fucking thing there. It's awesome. We just wish it was a little darker. And Enki was cool with that. He's able to take that kind of shit. He's able to go, yeah, I suppose you probably got a point there. And he's very slick with that. He was cooler with it than I would have been, okay, which amazed me to no end. Because I'm like, fuck you, I did all this work, I'm putting it up. But, I mean, Enki's got, if I ever had an intelligent thought, I'd probably die of fucking loneliness. However, Enki's very, very cool with that. And the amount of work the guy's been putting in has been unfucking real. Also, The point is that with that and with Cult, people give suggestions, and we're free to take those suggestions. With Rant Radio, people give Cimmerian suggestions, and Cimmerian is free to take those suggestions, such as you should play the Jewigers, or you should play, some NSYNC. But quite frequently, Sim will go, hey, why don't you go play Hyde and go fuck yourself? Okay, because there is no way I'm going to listen to what you have to say.
People tell me to play rap all the time.
Granted, the moral question of whether or not all organizations should have radio voice is a completely separate issue.
Yes.
We will, in fact, pick and choose because we're Rant Radio and we don't fucking care.
That's right.
Who we are going to put on. We are going to pick and choose it.
I like
Sim
rap,
is
but
the fucking
I'm not going to put on rap.
Exactly.
Because I don't want to.
That's right. It's a techno-industrial station, and if we want to give people voice, if we think they're not dinks and they may have a few valid points, maybe they'll get on. If we don't like them, fuck you, you're not getting on. That's how that shit works.
Too.
Oh, yeah, that's one way of doing it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
see, I would love to be all liberalistic
think,
and let everyone on. Hey.
Now, that's not to say that you can't send in your opinion.
Out.
Okay,
if
you send in your opinion, don't think we'll be like, oh, wow, they just told everybody to fuck off. No, we're just telling you we have the option to tell you to fuck off. But by all means, send us your shit. Send us what you think. We really do care. We do care what you think and what's going on. We do give a shit about that.
Isn't it time for, or getting close to the end, so isn't it time for Tales from the Street and Gross Hospital Stories?
Yeah, it's pretty quick coming up. Say, go ahead.
Can I just say that there is a forum for child molesters and KKK to make their statements, and it's called Jerry Springer.
Yeah, they go on all the time.
Oh!
Yes,
thank you. That was low. I liked it.
And Jerry Springer was the National Screen Actors Guild.
Oh! All right. Well, that's where all the members. That's where all the heads of the MPAA came from.
Oh!
Okay,
it just gets better.
It just keeps getting better. All right. Well, let's talk about
Tales
Gross Hospital
Gross Hospital Stories and Tales from the Street.
No, Tales from the Street first.
Oh. Fine. Okay, there we go.
Okay, Tales from the Street is first.
Picking him up with a squeegee, it's Ronan Minnick's Tales from the Street.
Yeah, we
Good
just
evening
played
once
Beastie
again.
Boys.
It's Ronan Medic
It's
coming
What
to
the
you
Hell
live
show.
from Tales of the Street. I happen to have a little bit of a juicy one here. This is my first tale from Fort St. John when I was stationed up there. As everyone was listening, whoever was listening last week happened to hear how I got the name Ronan, and after my probation was done down here, they gave me one of two options.
That was your first of 3 probations, was it?
First.
Not?
Yes, first of 3 probations. Yeah, as luck would have it, after my probation was done, they gave me the option of, well, you can either take your posting in Fort St. John and like it, so that way I'm like 1,000 miles from anyone's headaches over here, so they don't have to worry about myself pulling a knife on anybody.
Fort St. John, for anyone who's interested who doesn't know Canada, is in the back-end asshole of the world.
No, that's Regina, actually. But
yeah, anyway, it's up north. It's up north. Lots of cold, lots of trees. It's
right next to Buttfuck, Canada.
Imagine where you hear all the Sasquatch reports coming from. Bingo, you're on target.
When you hear Canada described as the Great White North, they're talking about Fort St. John.
All right, so continue.
Anyhow, so I had the option of either going to Fort St. John or not having any work. So I chose, option A and decided to get my ass shipped up north for 18 months. My first call out there, as luck would have it, was out on the Alaska Highway. Now, for some of the people out there that are actually out in that general area, there's a large hill that goes down across a bridge. That's right across the Peace River. It's a beautiful scenery, all the rest of that good stuff. Well, I guess the guy that was driving the large SUV or blue Suburban that day was evidently looking around the panorama. I was coming down the hill on rather quick speed, probably about 110, 115 kilometers. Or about 70 miles an hour, barreling down this hill. Well, as nature intended it, he decided to put a very large, moose in the middle of this road. Now
a moose is big. Imagine
are
a horse.
Bigger than the Suburban.
Imagine a horse that is bigger.
A Honda Accord with legs.
A Honda Accord with
a
legs.
Honda Accord with legs. There you go.
And a satellite dish attached to each ear.
Yeah.
Put in perspective, slamming head onto one will kill your engine block.
Yeah, it will kill
under normal,
maybe you.
Okay, go on.
Under normal circumstances. Now, the other unique thing I like about moose and or elk is the shape of their horns. They're very unique, as opposed to deers who have antlers, which are kind of like these little thin, pointy things. No, as the moose would have it, these antlers are very shovel-like protrusions.
Right.
Shovels with spikes.
Shovels with spikes, and they're coated with a nice soft velvet to make it give it that cushy feel of home.
Right.
Squeezable softness.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So
don't squeeze the Charmin.
And unlike what you may have heard, they are usually not accompanied by flying squirrels.
No, this is correct.
So in any case,
anyhow,
so he's humming down this hill.
So he's humming down the hill, evidently paying attention to the wonderful panoramic
and
beauty
misses
of the
the moose.
And no, much to his chagrin, he actually goes straight into it. But this moose is so big that literally, now take the size of a suburban SUV. This thing is so bloody tall, it actually undercuts its legs. This is a big moose.
Wow, that's a big fucking moose.
Yeah. So now we have the moose being hit at 70 miles an hour, being knocked onto its side, onto the hood of the vehicle, being slid into it. Now, one of the antlers,
horns,
horns, goes straight through the windshield.
This is bad.
Goes through the dash, gets deflected by the steering wheel, straight into the guy's stomach, just below his liver.
That's good.
Now, as luck would also have it, the momentum of the moose kept going. So so now you have the shovel-like protrusion jammed into the guy's stomach.
Torquing.
Now we have
gouging.
Now this lovely thing called the fulcrum, or a twisting point, where the horn is caught and the moose keeps going.
Right. So
it scrapes out the inside.
So it literally hits his back, cuts his stomach, and tears him open.
That's great.
The rest of the moose goes up and over, and of course, as the antler comes up, it catches the roof of the SUV and snaps off. And the moose keeps going. Smash. We get called out. Fire's already on scene. The freeway patrol's already there, and we show up with our ambulance, going, okay, this should be a really messy one. We look around, and lo and behold, there's a forestry officer, as well as an RCMP member. One of them's carrying a shotgun, and off in the distance, you see this moose staggering around with one antler, just kind of hobbling around.
Wow. Oh, poor fucker.
So we go over and look at this guy, and lo and behold, look at the lovely surprise that the local fire department gets to be dealing with. Oh, wow. Guts everywhere. He was literally torn open. And here's the part that killed us, pardon the pun. He was still alive and very conscious.
Oh, that's really, really shitty.
Oh, wow.
So you have to imagine that. Just try to, it's like.
What was he saying? Probably something like, "Ow!"
No, kind of a pale gurgle kind of sound, and just kind of looking around as he looks and sees his insides.
Oh. Wow.
That's
wow,
my spleen.
I'm fucking dead.
No,
fuck.
Here's the thing that threw me though: is there's a surprisingly little amount of blood. It was all mostly, ruptured intestine and all the rest of that good stuff. So needless to say, there's a very unique odor in the air.
Oh yeah, I imagine so. Lots of sort of biley, acidy kind of smell.
So it's kind of interesting because we tried to get him out, still maintaining all the protocols and all the rest
How
of that
the
stuff.
fuck are you gonna do that? Okay, we got a giant guy speared to his seat with a huge fucking antler.
Yeah, pretty much.
Get the pressure washer.
Actually, no. The unique part was
wet cleanup, Alaska Highway.
No, the nice part was because the way the antler went, it pried out and also popped out of him. It took most of his innards with him.
Right.
But it still popped out. So we didn't have to worry about that. The unique part was getting two firemen to kind of generally pile his guts up, hold it up with plastic, ship him onto a spine board, and take him into hospital.
That was a trick.
Oh, that was.
There's no way this guy survived.
Well, he was still alive when we loaded him onto the helicopter.
Wow.
So.
That's amazing. What a testament to the human body.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit, how crazy is that?
From my understanding, he did die en route. However, the fact he was still alive for that long.
And I guess I guess it didn't rupture any major organs.
Because it never ruptured any major organ. It didn't
But it's scooped out. There's a giant artery that runs.
Yes,
when the human body is amazing, when shock goes into it, it will actually pressure itself off and will actually act like its own cutoff.
The other unique thing as well is the fact that you also have you have the abdominal cavity
in the microphone,
as well as the.
You gonna throw up?
Okay.
As well as the chest cavity, they're two separate things. With the guts, they're the intestines and the stomach, they're mostly kept in what's called the peritoneal sac. So it's got its own lining. So it didn't. So it was just inside. It didn't actually rupture the sac, except it did tear out all his stomach muscles and all the guts.
Great. Moving right along. Let's go straight to gross hospital stories.
Which is a tough act to follow this evening.
No. People love this shit.
Pull up a chair and grab a loved one. It's time once again for gross hospital stories with your old Uncle Dak on Rant Radio. Rant Radio.
Hi, boys and girls. It's your old pal, Uncle Dak.
Hey, Uncle Dak.
Hey, Uncle Dak.
In case Uncle Dak hadn't mentioned it, I spent 5 years.
How many?
5 years working up at a hospital. And in that time, I saw many gross and disgusting things. And guess what? I'm working at a hospital again every now and then. So here I was up at Mount St. Joseph's Hospital this week. And this is Wednesday night. I'm sitting around. Nothing's been going on. It's been real quiet. I'm talking to the really cute receptionist there, rapping with her. And the ambulance comes in and brings a guy who is fucked up and screaming. And we don't normally get this type of level of trauma. Now, what had apparently happened is they had picked this guy up, and he was bleeding so bad, they decided to stop off here real quick to see if we could stabilize him before they sent him over to Vancouver General.
Everyone should be proud of Dak at this point. He has not used the word basically.
And don't scream when he does it.
And don't scream when
during
he does
gross
it.
hospital stories.
He is basically immune during gross
Basically
hospital.
the hospital stories.
Right.
Yeah.
So, carry on.
So, there he is. Comes in. He's kind of out of it, and they have pressure bandages all over his left arm. I kind of hang around wondering if they need any help or something, because this guy looks like a street drake. There's a term for them. We call them skells. That means skeletons because they, as junkies, have not eaten anything except for their drugs for like the last 6 months, and usually don't put on a lot of. That's a great weight loss program. I tell you right there.
Oh yeah, Jenny Craig's got fuck all on heroin.
Oh yeah.
That's a shirt.
Yeah, if you want to see Richard Simmons lose weight, forget about what's that name of that show?
Deal a Meal.
Yeah, Deal a Meal. Yeah,
Smack 'em up,
yeah,
baby.
try Smack. That'll lose weight. Anyhow, this guy is special.
Nothing quite trims, quite like China White.
Yep. This, however, was not heroin. This was and no lie, an honest to God crackhead.
Great.
I haven't had a crackhead in a while.
A good burnt rubber kind of smell.
Yep. So he starts to come to, and they call me over to hold him down while they work on him. And they take the pressure bandages off, and they're like, "Are you going to be okay?" And I'm like, "Trust me, I've done this a lot." So they take it off. Now, this guy, I have to admit, was gross. He had filleted his own arm with a knife. He had cut all the way down to the bone, to the point that he left a scratch in the bone from the knife marks. I'm wondering.
I wonder what that would sound like. Kind of a.
I'm wondering. Kind of a grating sound. Yes. I'm wondering why the hell he did this. So I asked.
Why the hell they're saving him?
Apparently, he tells me that he's been taking crack quite a bit. And I'm like, really? Yeah, it's kind of
first-time user.
It's kind of a thing that I do. Okay.
Thing. I collect stamps and take crack.
And
I've been debone myself.
I've been taking it quite a bit, and I think it's been building up in my system because I could feel a rock under my skin. And I kept trying to get it out, but I couldn't find it. I'm scared it's going to be dissolving in the blood. So could you find it for me?
Absolutely.
Oh,
Let me get
right
this
on
tree
that.
chipper fired up, and we'll get that rock right out of there.
That's called drug psychoses.
That's called fucking shovel me now.
No, I know. Apparently, most narcotics at a high enough level, you begin to hallucinate.
No shit.
No matter what it is. No, neither whether they're hallucinogenics or not. So he has been on crack long enough that he is starting to hallucinate, and he felt no pain while he did this, as far as I can tell.
Well, that's a handy thing.
That's convenient.
I have seen muscles separated to the point that they spring back. I have never seen one opened quite this bad. The only time I've ever seen anything like this was when the limb was actually severed.
Wow.
Wow.
That's great. I like it
just
when I
chart
debone
toppers
myself. What'd you do
tonight,
this
haven't
weekend? Oh, I smoked a glass pipe, tried to debone my arm, and that's about it.
The word that the doctor used,
Was-
the doctor actually used this thing. This in the quote is he filleted his own arm.
Is that the technical
I
term?
should
No, this is not the technical term.
joking.
I'm sorry.
I know
I'm
it.
sorry. I should be a doctor. Like Kevorkian would have fuck all on me. Oh, yeah, we'll get that rock out for you. Tell you what, here's an X-Acto knife. Go hard. I think I saw it run around your stomach. There it goes. Go get it.
It's moving.
Chase it around. Slit. You know, fuck. You know, it's around your neck. It's at the base of your skull. You gotta dig. There's a little hole there. Just at the base of your skull. Just fucking jack it in the back of your own head. Just stick it there and then do sit-ups. I tell you fucking do it, you weird little crack monkey. You fucking piece of shit.
We're gonna open the
and
phone
Sean
lines.
violates the Hippocratic Oath an uncountable amount of times.
We're gonna open the phone lines now.
The phone lines are open in 3, 2, 1.
Are you feeling lonely in your cyber world? Well, you can call toll-free the What the Hell Show right now at 1-877-SAY-RANT or 1-877-729-7268 so you can speak your mind and join the chaos.
Welcome.
Alrighty, we're back on the air.
Slammed a door.
All right.
All right, we're back in the air. The phone lines are open. You want to comment about anything
Didn't somebody
we
just
said
call?
tonight? Well, it stopped. I don't know.
All right, so
obviously they're not on the phone now.
You're gonna call in. You got 5 minutes.
You got
Go
5
hard,
minutes. Last 5
retard.
minutes.
So
of the
is that
show.
like a new thing at McDonald's or something? You know, fillet of forearm.
Fillet of forearm.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen those new Burger King commercials that spoof McDonald's?
No, actually, I have not.
Those are excellent.
Okay, but here, let's make the point. They started first with their Whopper Wednesdays. They've got their own little.
Who cares who's
one
right
day-
and who's wrong with
All right,
fast food? Well,
somebody's
they're
on
funny
the air.
ads.
Who's this?
Hi, you're calling in to Rant Radio. Who's this?
Hi, it's Gargoyle Matt the Rat.
Hi there.
Hey,
how's
Matt.
it going?
Pretty good. How are you doing tonight?
Good. Just thought I would phone in with my quick gross story here.
Oh, sure.
92 was on a road trip all over the place. Was going down to Las Vegas. On the same, actually, that's the same highway that Sam Kinison got killed on.
Oh yeah.
And it was about 8 in the morning, and I was driving. My friend was in the back of the pickup, and this old man kind of waved me down. So I pull over and saw this car flipped over. So I get out my friend and I said, "Get the video camera, eh?"
Gee, thanks for
No
helping.
way,
So,
really?
So he's half asleep, and so he's getting out, getting the camera. I walk over, and apparently this old man had stopped to help this guy. And what had happened is, it looked like this guy is actually it's pretty sad. He was looked like he was about 25, had all his stuff in his car, so some kind of sports car, and he must have fell asleep because it was one of those highways that's about 100 miles just straight,
Yeah.
His car had gone off to the side, and it's a bit of a slope, and he must have woke up, overcorrected, and the car flipped over. Anyway, this old man's talking to him, holding his hand, and I go over there, and he goes, "Do you know CPR?" And I said, "Yeah." And I look, and the guy has got a hole in his head where his brains are coming out, and he's halfway in the car, and I go, "First, let me see if there's anyone else in the car." So when I see a runner there, and I'm looking in, and wait a minute. And so I put my head the car's flipped on its top. I put my head all the way in, and I'd just eaten, and I saw the guy's left leg was at the knee snapped off in half. And I put my head inside the car, and I look, because it's all cramped in and stuff, and I look, and my face is about 3 inches from this guy's leg that got cut off about 10 minutes ago. And it was actually, and the guy died, but I mean, it was gross. The brains coming out of his head, and just.
Now the question here is, did you get video?
Not the video, but of course, lending it to friend after friend in parties, and just I have no idea where it is now.
Oh, that's too bad.
One of those lost things. It would have been great to have it.
Nothing personal, but I would rather not pass that along because I'm sorry. Me and Ronan Medic have both stood by. I have held somebody's hand and looked into their eyes when they died.
Yeah, that's pretty shitty.
It is something you have to stand back and fucking respect. I make
Well,
jokes.
we didn't walk in and zoom in. Just kind of my friend panned just the scene, right?
Well, you're just kind of in autopilot at that mode.
Yeah, well, I was going over there doing all this stuff. My friend was kind of getting out of the back of the truck, just started filming, and then the old man's wife went to get some police, and she came by, and then he kind of put the camera. We just kind of got a panoramic shot, eh?
Oh yeah, okay.
But I mean, I saw that, and I threw up.
No fucking shit, man. That's pretty severe. Okay, buddy. Hey, thanks for the story. Say what the hell?
What the hell?
Right on.
Wow. Camera first, help later.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Welcome to the wonderful world of modern.
Me and my brother ended up we came up a hill and found a cop. I think I've told this story.
Call coming in.
Call. Hi, you're on the Rant Radio. Who's this?
This is Gargoyle APOC.
Hey, Bob, how you doing, buddy?
All right, how you guys doing?
Good.
Really good. What's going on, man?
All right, well, before you guys were talking about Sean marrying people, and I think there's a site that you guys should check out. It's called the Universal Life Church.
Yeah, Universal Life
Yeah,
Church.
I've been referred to this actually a number of times. People say that I should go there to become a priest, so that
minister.
I can a minister, so I can become a shaman if I want, whatever I want, and I can actually apply to be a saint, and the whole 9 yards. You know, the seriousness of it is, APOC, is that I absolutely in no way want to be referred to as any kind of religious leader. And I'm totally serious, because the minute that happens, people will begin to label cult as a cult, which cult was called cult as a parody. It is a joke, and the meaning of cult is, we have very political meanings, and we're going to be called a cult anyway, so that's why I named it that, but I do not want to go into a religious rigmarole. People's religion is their own fucking business. I'm not against or for any particular religion. Whatever you want to worship, that's fine. You want to worship toads, rocks, trees, triple, antimatter, my Uncle Heshi, I don't give a shit. It's entirely your business. And I think that what people need to realize, and what you and I have talked about before, APOC, is the fact that, it's all fun and games that people would say that, me being patient zero and the cult leader and everything, I should be the guy who goes out and fucking, marries people and stuff. But that's a very valid point as a gag, but I mean, I'm sure you know where I'm coming from with this.
Sean, you can be actually.
Would you touch on that at all, or not?
Pardon me?
Did you touch on that at all, the whole patient zero thing, or not?
Not.
We haven't actually done that. That's coming out in the next brainwashing. The term for myself, we'll mention it now. The new term for myself is not the cult leader, okay? Because leader's a bad word. So 200% Sexy Projectile Vomit Man actually came up with the concept of, instead of calling me the cult leader, the guy who is organizing, the lead organizer of cult, has the title of Patient Zero. So I would be Sean Kennedy, the fucking man, Patient Zero. And if I were to say be arrested, spread the virus. If you were going to be passed on or whatever,
Typhoid Kennedy.
So if you were going to be, now I'm still Sean Kennedy, the fucking man, but if say I were to get arrested, shot, put down, go missing, whatever, then whoever I would name, like say Gargoyle APOC, would then be Gargoyle APOC Patient Zero. And whoever is Patient Zero then has all the responsibilities of Patient Zero. So that's what that's about. So thanks for calling in, buddy. Anything else you want to say?
What the hell?
Right on.
We'll take one more call.
Green Kool-Aid, anyone?
Yeah, no shit.
No, actually, it was.
I got my $5 in my roller quarters.
Brian, sorry, Projectile Vomit Man. What was the flavor of Kool-Aid?
Yeah, what was it?
What are we talking about?
Lime?
Jim
Nobody
Jones.
knows?
It was grape. It was grape.
Grape?
It was
Okay.
strawberry
Rant Radio.
Kool-Aid.
Hi, you're on Rant Radio. Who's this?
This is Nerp.
Nerva?
Nerp.
Nerp. Hey, Nerp, how's it going?
Are you in cult?
No, I'm not in Hope. I'm in Delta.
Right on. How you doing, buddy?
Fun.
Not much. What'd you have to say?
Actually, I want to rant.
Okay.
Rant away.
Go for it.
I want to rant about a guy named Terry Cooksey.
That sounds like flaming.
What's that?
Is this flaming or is this?
What is if go ahead, say what you got to say, but if you start doing like a blatant flame, we're gonna shut you off.
Okay, well, I phoned this guy up and I recorded him. I was just wondering if I could play what he sounds like.
No, I've heard it, and it sucks.
Oh, really?
Yes. It's very boring and very stupid.
Boring.
I think it is.
All right.
He's talking about Canada and how lawless it is.
And Sim's the boss.
All
No,
right.
I've heard it. It fucking sucks.
Sorry, dude. Say what the hell. Thanks for calling.
Oh.
No, it's really boring.
It goes on forever.
Oh, it's just blah, 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 blah. Yeah.
Oh, one of
It's
those
really-
guys that has.
There's a lot of stuff on the internet that people think is funny, and I just hate it. It just
All right,
does
hold
not
on,
even give
hold
me
on,
a
though.
chuckle.
Not to shut down Nerf here, too.
No, he's cool. He thought it was cool.
Sorry we
but-
shut you down like that, Nerf.
Yeah,
I
it
really
sounded
did.
kind of harsh, but it's not.
We didn't mean to be a dink.
I
about
have
it.
heard it. I don't think our listeners would like it.
But
That's
it's
all.
it is 5 minutes after
Yeah, and
11.
it's
It
pretty
is
long.
5 after 11. We can't fucking do that. I mean, it's
bloody long.
already over. So now would be a good time for us to go around the
Say
room
goodbye and all
sign
that,
out.
and we're gonna do it in the IRC first because people disappear immediately as soon as we say bye.
All right.
Cenobite Babs, Deckers, Integrated, Lieutenant Major Zombie, Pele, Socket, Test Rider,
Decker
Flesh Tripper.
integrity. Decker integrity.
Integrity, Gritty, Sandpaper, Fest Tripper, Forensic, Gargoyle, APOC, Adam, Josh K, Nightshade, Nebulin, Midget, Maxicon, Nomads, Floyd's Lapel, Half Elf, Kexlar, that's a new one, Skitty, Street Preacher, Prophets Nixter, Broken, Fork, Plutonium, Smokehouse, Soylent Zero, Spidey Zerstar, Ronin Birds, Tainted Jesus Juice, is he in cult?
Tainted Jesus Juice?
Tainted Jesus Juice? I love that name.
Is that in
No,
cult?
he's not in cult.
Okay, kick
He
his
should
ass
be,
out.
though. And if you want to join cult, once again, email join@thecult.org.
Leo, Problem Child, Razkoinov, The Last, and Ripper. We'll go around the room.
Okay, this is Sean Kennedy the fucking man saying, yo, hey, Freedom Gun AK.
This is your old pal, Uncle Dax, saying, kill him and then eat him.
You're one of those greenies.
This is Port on Beta saying, "What does Fickelheimen?"
It's not on or something. Couldn't hear that at all.
Couldn't hear what? Which one?
Her.
Again, it wasn't on.
Oh, this
There
is
we go.
Goddess Glade. Never mind, it's over now.
And 3 microphones in his face.
Raziel saying ciao for now.
How to destroy people's eardrums.
My headphones are moist.
I have no respect for people's eardrums.
No kidding. I can't hear you.
This is oof.
There we go. Closer, closer, closer.
This is oof.
Louder. Not quieter and closer.
Speak like you have a pair.
Oh, sorry.
The last time I talked loud into a mic like this, I blew up China Beach.
This is a problem. I love you.
Yeah, there you go. This is oof, the scalp that walks like a man saying bye.
This is Ronan Medic saying farewell and watch those roads.
This is Hungananki saying, animals are my friends, and my friends taste good barbecued.
You thought about that the whole show, huh?
This is Quoth saying good night, everybody, and that's it.
Happy dreams.
Oh, that was so sweet and cute.
Shut up.
Shut up or I'll tell you apart.
This is RedPhive saying, where's my red pen?
Where's my red pen? Your red pen is coming.
RedPhive is standing by.
And this is Cimmerian, and you will hear from us again in 6 days and 22 hours. And this is the Mighty Shovelpang and Jello talking about newscasters. Until then, goodbye. Tell your friends, tell your enemies. Oops. Spread the virus.
Wink, wink.
I'm like moving things around here. There we go.